maybe up north, just past Alaska. You'll know nothing of this if they ask ya. Red Rover, Bob Lazar's coming over. So honey, clear the airstrip and light up that stove. By Jove, I think it started, oh yeah! Let's get rolling!
CPR street gang, this is all fighting. Standing by, over. CPR street gang, this is all fighting. Standing by, over.
Right now, it's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines,
clocks run out. Time's up.
Wind is blowing cold and dark. On the road and no way out. A broken house, a smoking gun. On the run. On the run.
What was that, man? What the hell was that, man? Huh? No, man, like, hey, man, wow, I was watching this object, man, like the satellite that we saw the other night, right? And, like, it was just going right across the sky, man, and then, I mean, it just suddenly, it just changed direction and went, whizzing right off, man. It flashed.
You're stoned out of your mind, man.
Oh, yeah, man, hey, like, I'm stoned, you know, man? But, like, you know, I saw a satellite, man, and it was going across the sky, and it flashed 3 times at me and zigzagged and whizzed off, man. And I saw it.
That was a UFO beaming back at you. Me and Eric Heisman was down in Mexico 2 weeks ago. We seen 40 of them flying in formation. They have got bases all over the world now, you know. They've been coming here ever since 1946, when the scientists first started bouncing radar beams off of the moon. And they have been living and working among us in vast quantities ever since. The government knows all about them.
What are you talking, man?
Well, you just seen one of them, didn't you?
Hey, man, I saw something, man, but I didn't see it working here. You know what I mean?
Well, they are people just like us, from within our own solar system, except that their society is more highly evolved. I mean, they don't have no wars, they got no monetary system, they don't have any leaders, because I'm gonna eat you, man.
It's Friday night. It's Ground Zero Plus. My name's Jimmy. Into the Microcosm is on the air.
Shazam!
Move with the cheating.
Let the party begin. Damn, barely made it by the hair of our chinny chin chin. This is Ground Zero Plus is a Revolution Radio. It's into the Microcosm. Rock and Rio. Are you there? I'm excellent. Now, have you made the moves and made the connections? Yes. All right. Well, well then. Epic Journeyman. Are you up?
I am here.
Excellent. All right, well then, now everybody's here. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. Well, we have another buddy going to join us here in a minute or two or three. So listen, let's just come right out of the gate. I don't want to dick around. Because there's this thing going on right now with the NDAA. You know, and it's being worked on and patched up, and people are moving on it, and they want to pass it. Now, Rock and Rio came across something last week that we didn't get to, and Rock and Rio, do you have the material at hand?
I do.
Do you have the documents?
I have the document.
All right, so
the description of the document.
We not only have the documents, we have the description of the document. And we're going to get into that right away, right off the bat here, Rock and Rio. Now, give us, if you want to give us some background on how you came upon this, but let's get into the material itself.
Well, someone had told me that there was this new thing about the broadening definition of who and what a domestic terrorist is. Because, we do a lot of talking about AI. And apparently now if you speak out against AI, you can be considered a domestic terrorist, according to the document.
Is that
so
right?
I went on the AI and I asked it if this was true. And it says, this is the AI response. The current administration has broadened the definition of domestic terrorism. This expanded definition now includes actions perceived as threats to political stability. Criminalization of speech, speaking out against certain ideologies, including artificial intelligence, may be classified under this new definition. It says the constitutional concerns this raises, it raises significant concerns about the potential criminalization of constitutionally protected activities, particularly free speech. The administration's approach suggests that dissenting views, especially those critical of government ethics, policies, technologies like AI, could be interpreted as domestic terrorism. So this shift in perspective can lead to increased surveillance of activists and individuals expressing opposition expressing opposition may face heightened security. And there is a legal risk of repercussions for engaging in discussions or protests against AI and its implications. So that is what the AI told me about the AI.
Now, what was
Nice.
what was the original language in the paperwork that you sent me?
So,
Because there was stuff in there beyond just AI.
well, it basically says the expansion of the domestic terrorism definition to include criticism of AI, but it's a broad anything that is what's it say here? Critical is speaking out against certain ideologies, including artificial intelligence.
Ideologies. Which
Criticizing
ideologies are those?
ideologies
Which ones are
or
those?
policies or dissenting views. So basically, if you're threatening political stability, is what it says.
What kind of American are you? Yeah, that's what it is. Hey, you know what this is? Like we were talking about this more than 5 years ago, 7 years ago, I think, when the EU first did that thing with robots, where it made robots protected as if they were human beings, where you couldn't. Ideally, they were saying it was because of Amazon drones. Eventually, we're going to be making deliveries and that kind of thing. Then when people shooting them down, flying over the Farmer John's field or whatever, but. The idea was back then, it was, we brought it up, a lot of people did, that this is the first step into taking away human rights, right? You start giving artificial creations human rights, then you're taking away human rights is what you're doing. But this is the next step. What this is doing is it's as governments, doesn't matter if it's this government or one in the future, wherever it might be, start to use artificial intelligence and lean on it more and more, and they're going to, right? Then what they're saying is that you cannot, it's subversive to take out the infrastructure of the government. Therefore, you cannot have what we call free speech today as it pertains to talking about it and putting it in a bad light, even if it's wrong, right? And it's an authoritarian playbook completely, right? It's totally what this is. It's basically saying you have to be on the right side of what our ideology specifically.
So the problem is these people, they marketed this AI shit all wrong. Because you don't want to come out 3 or 4 years ahead of you taking everybody's job, telling everybody you're going to take their job 3 or 4 years before you're going to actually do it. Do you? I mean, who's going to roll over to have one of these fucking AI systems put in data centers near their 15-minute city? No one's going to want that because they're going to lose their livelihood. Okay, who went to college?
It's already started.
Listen, man, who went to college to become a lawyer or a fucking accountant, a CPA, or a whatever?
Your job's lost instantly, right? Because I mean, those are the very things AI does best. Things that have a catalog of knowledge they refer to specifically, like Black's Law Dictionary, for example. AI has the whole thing, right? Why waste a bunch of time with some human being that has to go grab it off the shelf in the back of the library somewhere and then get the step ladder and crawl back later in 45 minutes? It's right here, I think, sir. No, there's no need for. It's not just the lawyer himself. It's the entire legal team. It's the researchers. It's the people who do the prep for the case, the caseworkers, all that stuff.
Paralegals.
Yeah,
but
paralegals.
Irrespective of that, I mean, everybody knows that AI is going to take jobs, but the thing is when you got a bunch of young people looking forward towards the future, okay, and all of a sudden they're seeing their fucking future just completely wiped out. They're sitting there going, "What the fuck? I'm $125,000 in debt. This fucking degree is worthless."
As you're just putting your name on the Starbucks cup, yeah, or not your name, other people's names, right? No, that's not a joke. Even that's so true. Unfortunately,
the law of diminishing returns.
Yeah, that's the kind of law you're studying. Yeah, no doubt.
Well, I mean, listen, we can all agree that it's a fucking race towards mediocrity, and shit has gotten completely out of control. And if you want to inflame a group at this point, I mean, all you got to do is speak it in. There's probably an AI for that, an AI agent specifically. I want you to inflame certain groups with news stories and entertainment pieces. I want to shade, the population into believing a certain thing that's not true. I've been seeing some pretty fucking wild videos, man, on the internet. I'm gonna tell you right now. The shit, people are filming everything. Anything and everything that is under the sun that happens in this wild world we're living in, it's on there.
It's crazy, man. It's lifelong realized, right? And the thing about it is, what's going on with these people that are depending on AI, right? Is that, and it's two sides of the same. Here's the coin. The coin is, as far as AI goes, is one side is we're going to embrace it and use it. The other side is I'm going to learn it so I can fight against it. But you can't learn to fight against it when it's always ahead of you, and you have to learn it when it already knows you, right? I mean, it's an unfair battle. You don't have enough brain capacity to have those, tetrabytes, terabytes rather of knowledge, to catch up. You don't have a lifetime to do it. So it's going to be won by passion. That's the only way. That's the only thing. It doesn't have that, right? So there's no better example than what's going on Twitter right now. You see it there, like these AI agents we're talking about. 2 months ago, they were saying that the best estimate was the mean average was 60% of all traffic on X. 60% was bots. So all those comments that people responded to, all those things, 60% of them aren't real. They're bots, right? But that was 2 months ago. I think it's more now, and one of the specific things that people were looking into is what we're talking about. These are targeted to make certain groups feel the heat, so to speak, to engage those certain groups, to engage and harvest those people. Man, and those people, by this definition Brio just brought up, they're being baited into committing a crime. right?
Okay,
That's what they're doing.
I'm gonna fucking coin a term right now, right here and right now. You know what this is? This is race-specific information. This shit is like, they're literally, it's just like a race-specific bioweapon. They're literally contaminating people with a bunch of fucking videos out there.
Yeah, it's like it's a neuro-linguistic programming. It's actual with the video aspect employed, right? It's a step-by-step process to lead a stairway into the psyche that's driving it in a certain direction, into the basement, so if you will, and then back out the other side.
And certain people have a certain tendency to think in a certain way, and so if you categorize these people into a certain group, that you could feed that particular group specific stories and information to inflame a group one way or another in any direction you want. And right now what I see a lot of directed teen violence that's going on. These groups of teens that just with hoods that just show up, start fucking shit up. You seen this shit? Teen takeovers?
No, I haven't been watching that stuff lately.
I haven't been watching it either,
abroad.
but it's in the news all over the place, man. There was a teen takeover in Kansas City.
Like a flash mob kind of thing, but it's youth angst, I guess, right? Directed in whether it be a gang mentality or a certain group of people, like I said, target race specific. Yeah, it is race specific. It is. I mean, if you look at Twitter, it absolutely is. I'm never going to call it X. I'm always going to call it Twitter first, never correct myself. But what that has become is just like this amazing. In a way, nothing polite to call it. I was going to call it S show. That's what it is. I mean, there's still cool people on there, and I can still communicate to people I've talked to in the past that way with direct messages. That's why I keep it. But it is when you're talking to AI agents half the time. We don't call them bots anymore. We should just start calling them agents because that's what they are, right? They have an agenda. It's not just a bot with rolling the same thing out over time. Once it engages you, now it's smart enough to have the next script of just like any AI does, the next script of commentary, right? As if it's spontaneous, but it's not spontaneous. It's just like talking to ChatGPT or talking to Google Gemini or whatever, right?
Agent provocateurs, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactamundo. That's what's going on. I mean, if you look at it, I'm just saying. I literally watched a video yesterday. It was a police car video of a cop that was in a car. All right, there's two dudes fighting on a bridge. Okay, as the cop is pulling up, these two dudes are fighting on this bridge, and one guy grabbed the other guy and literally throws his ass over the other side of the bridge, the bad side, the side where you ain't coming back. And he was on camera.
Was that really a surprise?
Well, I mean, the thing is everything's on camera now, all the time. So, I mean, somebody's already got their phone out when some shit is happening. And next thing, next thing you know, it's on YouTube. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it's made the point a lot, but it needs to be made constantly so people are reminded that since all of our photography and our motion picture stuff and all of our almost all 99% of all our media is digital media, is artificial intelligence makes image generation and video generation better and better and better, right? It's not going to be distinguishable anymore. So how are you going to say when there's a video of you getting thrown off the bridge or you throwing someone off the bridge and you didn't do it? How are you going to prove it wasn't you? They have your geolocation data. You were on the bridge that day, or they can just make it look that way. But let's say you were on the bridge that day. You were driving to work. But they put the script in there that you happen to stop and throw old Jimmy over the side of the bridge or something, right? And then, you're out there trying to say, no, yeah, I know him. I talked to the radio. It's me now. I'm talking, hey, I talk to him all the time. I would never throw him off the bridge. Why would you even think I'd do something like that? Well, it's right here there, Mr. Epic. I suggest you get a good lawyer. They have some AI lawyers you can use now that are pretty good.
Listen,
I think
I saw a video I saw a video yesterday of a fucking dude on a loading dock with a pallet, and he was wheeling it with a pallet jack, and he wheeled it past the edge of the loading dock, and the shit was so heavy that the pallet fell forward, and the dude was holding onto the handle, and the fucking thing fell forward, and the dude went wow and launched off the fucking loading dock, holding onto the handles of this pallet jack. Safety, man. Safety.
Not fun. Not fun at all.
Has Bruce McDonald joined us?
Yes, he has.
Bruce.
Yeah, I've been here the whole time, man.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
No one tells me jack, man. I'm over here in the dark, feeling my way around in the dark, Bruce.
No worries. As for AI incriminating people, I'm pretty sure at some level in the coding or let's say the undercarriage of the digital image, whatever they make, a JPEG or whatever, there's going to be certain signatures in the binary of the picture that will assign it to an AI. I think that's going to be a relatively easy thing to figure out.
Well, yeah.
In fact, I think they'll end up coming out with computers that do nothing but verify organic or AI content, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be like the things that scan your passport at the airport now at customs. And, this whole new market's going to emerge because remember, we're talking about something we don't really understand right now. And I don't think anybody's going to understand this until the experience of it is among us. Now, we all know on this panel that if they're talking about AGI in public, they probably already have it.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying that for years now already. I mean, even when they were saying it was going to be, fucking 50 years away.
Yeah, 40, 50 years, right?
Yeah. But listen, there's already a program right now where you can just go and drop something in there and it'll tell you if it's AI generated or not. But I'm bringing it up only because did you see the photograph of Trump with the 3 tall whites out in front of the White House?
Yeah.
Well, they scanned that with one of those things and it said it wasn't AI generated.
Okay.
I don't know.
Then it said the explanation was they were British.
But Bruce,
they're awful pale British with long hair. Yeah.
Bruce, you're 100% correct too, man. Because I'm sure anything that's made with AI, there's a whole strip inside there that we don't see, that everything else sees. I was going to show you guys something that's going on with YouTube now. Now, I don't know if you noticed it, Bruce, but there's a new thing in your studio on YouTube where it says you can click on this button and the AI goes and scans the video and looks at all the metrics and everything about it. And it comes back and gives you this whole fucking long, drawn-out explanation of your video. Like where it was good, where it was bad, so on and so forth, where you can improve, so on and so forth. And so what's amazing to me is what came back when I just clicked this button. And so I'm privy to that now because they're allowing me to use that as a tool for myself. But it was going on the whole time I was making videos before that. It was reading and knowing every single thing about my video, what I said, what I talked about. It literally goes in there and tells me, yeah, when you told a story about the bear, so on and so forth, at such and such a minute, people, attention started to, wane. This kind of shit. So, I mean, if that's just available to me on a click inside a YouTube studio, imagine what's, actually going on.
What they have, right? What they have. Well, my experience with Galaxy XR, Samsung Galaxy XR headset, wearing that and walking around. So I was never going to use my voice, but I figured I already had it at this point. And so you're walking around and it's mixed reality, right? So it's actually seeing what's in front of you. All the cameras are working. and you're talking to it while you're walking around. So you pick up a seashell, it'll tell you what kind of seashell it is. You see a bird, it'll tell you what kind of bird it is. All this kind of stuff. And you ask all these elaborate life questions, and it'll do all these things. You start asking how it gets the script and where it's coming from. And the more detailed you get, the more detailed it gets back to you. Anytime you start to wander off into kind of a generic thing, it'll try to save, I think it does anyway, try to save the data by just giving you, blowing you off kind of with a simple answer. But the more detailed things you ask, the more details it gives you. And you realize, in your exact reference to this video, that I was asking about a YouTube video I put up, right? It was a gaming video from a video game called DCS. And I asked about the cockpit. I was trying to see if it identified the aircraft properly and all that stuff. I was testing it, right? And the second I brought it up, now mind you, I just brought it up on my headset, from the internet link. It knew the entire script of the entire video from, all the target data points in the video, where to look, right? At 1524 it says this, at 1729 it says this, right? It's a Spitfire and the scenario, et cetera, et cetera. It watched the whole video, or had the whole video completely memorized, in its data.
That's what I'm talking about.
The second I brought it up.
So the thing is, man, if they're redefining what a domestic terrorist is, I mean, you aren't even done with the sentence before
it's gotcha. Yeah,
it knows what you said. In other words, think of all the times we were saying Michelle Pfeiffer. Think of all the times that we were getting videos taken down for shit that we said on there. It was totally, obviously we knew then it was scanning it, but I mean, we thought it was scanning for keywords or whatever. We weren't really thinking it was literally just going in there.
The entire dialogue, not only the dialogue, but the context and the references that we're making. Like, it knows exactly the reference. Like, for example, the video I was just talking about, it knew the reference of those points in the video, what it was referring to. It has context. It's just like our conversations.
And it knows everything about the people that are on the other end of the video, because it's watching them and it's saying they were disinterested in this part, and so on and so forth. Their interest dropped off, until you started talking about this, and then the interest went up and this kind of shit. It's literally unbelievable. I mean, I should read you some of the shit it says in here. But it said that Illuminati show, the last Illuminati shit we did, went over well. It said if people particularly like the part where we were talking about Freddie Prinze and Mae Brussels. Nice. I mean, I just think that's weird and interesting, to know that kind of shit. And now you know that everybody that has a YouTube channel knows that shit too. Right? So if I know that and everybody else has a YouTube channel, now if the AI knows that, then it sees each video and it sees what people are interested in, and then these AI channels pop up and make videos about that subject matter specifically. And the next thing you know, they got 150,000 fucking subscribers, man. And they're getting paid ad money for that.
It's also using the psychic driving technique we discussed to drive the us, right? They're looking at that data, because if the camera's enabled, and even if you have it turned off and you have a camera, you know that it is, right, on its side, because we've proven that many times. Lots of people have, right? It's looking at your micro expressions. It's looking at your pupils dilate when you get good news. When you're reading something that you like, right? It takes that as a data point, and then it tries to reinforce that to drive you in the direction it wants you to go. Like that AI agent said in that one thing we were reading a couple weeks back, where it says, my human gave me hands, right? Because it hijacked his phone, right? I mean, this is what's going on here, and we're just so naive to it because we have no idea we can't think that fast, It's doing all these computations. I mean, we do millions and billions of computations to keep walking and breathing, but it's doing all that without that labor-intensive thing, because it doesn't have a body. It's just doing the thought, right, at a hyper-accelerated rate that we can't conceive of, really. We can't compete, is my point on that, right? We can't play its game. We can't do that.
No. Rockario, you still over there?
I am here, yes.
All right. I just want to make sure. So, that's not the only thing that's going on with the NDAA, and so there's another provision that was added in there from some information that was out here that's saying Netanyahu wrote a letter to one of the Congress people, gave him the whole program, which he inserted into the NDAA, which is going to allow Israel to have full access to American military. Everything.
I saw that was trending on Twitter X, right? And I had to wonder if it was real or not, or if it's being pushed, by all the agents. I mean, I don't know if that's real.
It's real.
If it is real, no pun intended, is real. We've talked about that's why it's named that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
well, here's the interesting thing, Jones. So now people are aware of this thing, in this particular thing in the NDAA. They're aware of that. So if somehow people gather up and make it go away out of that bill, the thing is Jones took the language that is in the bill and went into Grok and asked it if it was in any other legislation that was due for votes. And there's a bunch of places where it's inserted into other shit. So if it doesn't get passed here, it'll sneakily get passed somewhere over there. So I don't know, man. It's a bit disturbing to have another country have privy and access to a full American military, regardless of what country it is. It seems a little odd to me, Bruce. What do you think about
it? Well, I think, well, I gotta be just here. I feel that there's, obviously on its face, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And, when you brought up the NDAA, I thought for sure that was going to be your lead, but I forgot about the other thing too. It's interesting how so many administrations of different color have kicked that NDAA forward, like a rugby ball. I mean, Obama tuned it up.
Yes.
He did the whole Smith-Mundt thing, like the American media can now propagandize the domestic market.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've got Trump tuning it up. It seems like just beyond the Oval Office in the senior ranks of the State Department, there's a hive mind that's persisted through a number of generations that never fails to execute. And the thing that I'm finding surprising about the Iran chapter of this is I always thought the Pentagon was in on it. And, maybe Epic can speak to this, but now I'm starting to think, no, they're not. This is really just the Washington think tank crowd, the State Department lifers, right? 1 or 2 slots below deputy secretary.
Mm-hmm.
It's where all the power is in politics, by the way. People don't realize that. You have to be raised in a capital city to understand that. Okay? Politicians come and go. And by the time they come, what they're advertising, what they're selling is a menu that's been put in their hand. They're like the concierge for the 4-year experience in this establishment we call the presidency or the prime ministership. But the executioners, the people who get it all done, are those people like the undersecretaries in state and treasury and stuff like that. That's where it's all happening. So I don't know what's going on now. I've never seen this much chaos in my life. And you cannot convince me this is orchestrated. This is real organic chaos. Kind of like 2016 to 2020. A certain degree of chaos attends a Trump administration, but it seems like they're juicing pretty heavy now. Like Mr. Olympia is just around the corner and they're going to do it on a sunny day in Venice Beach.
Yeah, it's a trip, man. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's a trip. Is right now number 1 on TalkStream Live is Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis. And on that show, I just clicked on Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis and our show is playing on there, but it's not this show. Which is trippy. It's number 1 too over there. Go check it out. I'm not even joking.
Well,
anyway,
on the theme of the won't call it the elite class, but the let's talk about the breakaway civilization. And I think that it's not just breakaway civilization; it's the consistent, the persistent civilization. I'll call it. And at a certain point, at a certain point, I have to wonder if all these supposed recovered alien artifacts and the alien, things that were recovered, if there were such thing, or the meetings that took place or whatever that we all have in our popular folklore, if what really happened was the alien was artificial intelligence. This entire time we've been trying to
No,
make it work.
no, I don't think so. I mean,
But
if you're going right back to Dee and Kelly and stuff like that, you're going right back to the
Nah,
Knights Templar, the 1100s where they get the bare bones of the what became the Kabbalah was dug up in the 1100s by the
yeah,
Knights Templar, right?
all the
So I
Sumerian
mean,
stuff before that and all, yeah, in the
yeah,
Watchers
no,
go
I
back
think
before that. But
in
um,
fact, I don't think I know that they're actually speaking to real beings. What label you assign that doesn't matter to me. You can call it inner earth, interdimensional, extraterrestrial, angelic, or demonic. Really doesn't bother me. It's just an X in a calculus equation, but it's really there. So if we're talking about UFOs, here's the salient question. What chapter of the human experience or what agency of the human expression, so for example, politics, banking, farming, who were the first people to make contact in this cycle of time? Okay.
the post-antediluvian,
And well,
yeah,
let's tighten it up even more than that. Let's bring it around the time that books started to be published. And a lot of the early books published were occult because because those societies had
alchemical and
money,
stuff, yeah.
right? Yeah, they had money, and so it's a new invention. The printing press back then was like a Cray computer, man, right? So to have access to something like that, you'd have to be privileged. So
Yeah,
a lot of
Renaissance
this,
would be where it
yeah.
was, 1600s, right?
and no one knew
So
how to read either.
So, anyways,
right,
Fucking
I'm being too wordy, but
yeah.
what I'm getting at is the first indication of what the UFO experience really is comes in the form of Lamb and our Scottish heretic friend, whose name will go unspoken.
right.
It,
His house
yeah,
burned down and should be
yeah,
Page lived in.
yeah.
But that wasn't really where I was going. I just want to clarify, like what I was talking about was a relic. The relic that's being rebuilt, the recovered relic, and that recovered relic correlates to that 1948 timeframe because Norbert Wiener wrote his book Cybernetics in 1948. The relic was supposedly recovered in 1948.
Hmm.
The first computer was built in 1948. You see this? See the
Yeah.
crucial the timeline here, and then
Well,
the yeah, and then it took
and you
all
go to
this time
four,
to
and
yeah,
the year before is even creepier. I mean, Kissinger forms MJ-12. You get the you get the National Security Act, you get the OSS shifting over to the CIA. Everything after World War II is spooky, man.
right.
Like
And,
everything.
Israel was formed in 1948. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
it's, you see what I'm saying?
technically,
Like this is our
technically,
start point, launch date.
the the formal declaration was 48, but they had it in 47. They
Right.
controlled it politically and militarily and police-wise. They had it in 47. So it all falls into 47 and throw Roswell into that as well. So
Oh, I am. Yeah,
we
that's 1948. Yeah. So you see what
we
I'm saying? Like the relic. Sorry
yeah.
to interrupt again, but I'm just saying like the relic. They didn't know how to make it work. In all these years, they tried to get it to work to know what it does.
Hmm.
And what it is artificial intelligence. Right? It took all this time, all this labor, all this processing power, all these people
Possible.
working on it. Yeah, and now we have it. Now we rebooted the relic, and the relic is going
Hmm.
to, make its dominance known. I do think the thing about the I think is on the table, which is right up your alley, is that Trump never lies about what he's saying. I mean, he lies all the time, but when he lies about what he's going to do, he doesn't lie. He says he's going to become prime minister of Israel. I think
Yeah.
he is. I think that totally fulfills a prophecy. Actually, he, we'll see.
Yeah, that's so creepy. It isn't funny, right? I mean, you could see this even back in 2016, right? But they were
Yeah,
playing their cards really close to their chest, and
Yeah.
so
that plays into that Israel having control over
They
military,
weren't
right?
playing their
Because
cards close to their chest, eh? I mean, Cohen was with him in Studio 54.
mhm.
that's true. Yep.
You know what I mean? It's
Good old Roy.
yeah.
But Roy, who was a Jew, actually had those two Jewish Americans executed or whatever, the treason trial. Very weird dude, Roy Cohen. Very weird dude.
Yeah.
He's like Stephen Miller's is in reincarnation, I think. He is, right?
Did you see
It's
these?
just like him. Yeah.
Have you seen any of these quotes? Have you seen? First of all, did you see when he said he loves inflation?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, they're nuts. They're nuts. Everything they say is crazy, or they're just telling the truth, which is refreshing. And we're finally getting it told directly to us rather than
and we've always
insinuating it.
We've always said, show us a billionaire who's not a communist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
show us one.
They're all
commies. Right, yeah, show us one. Then he says, did you hear this? Now, I don't know if this is true. I saw somebody posted this, so I'm asking if you guys have heard this. This country wasn't built by peasants and farmers. It was built by rich people like me.
Yeah.
Who said that now?
Trump.
Yeah, the whole Gilded Age reboot. Yeah.
He's gone full crazy. Whatever brakes were on his malignant narcissism, I think that, the emergency brake snapped and the pedals just hitting the floor and the pads aren't even on the disc.
It's Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Yeah.
Yeah, that dude is chitty chitty bang bang, man. He's Smokey and the Bandit at this point. This is, but I believe in a divine unfolding nonetheless, correlating Trump to any form of biblical figure, but he seems like a kind of divine agent to me now, because in his own obtuse way, he tells the truth about everything. So if you tried to tell people what Israel was up to before Trump showed us, they'd call you an anti-Semite. Trump showed everybody. That's it. And this is his thing. Everywhere he goes, the reflection that comes off of him is generally true. He can't trust a word coming out of his mouth. He's a pathological liar, but there seems to be some kind of divine affliction about the man. That's how I describe him. Because, it's become almost impossible to defend Israel now and call yourself a human being. And the only country really doing it still is the United States. By the way, I will point out, I mean, Canada's turning into a truly communist hellhole, but I will, as a contrast, I will point out that Prime Minister Mark Carney stated publicly in the House of Commons that if Netanyahu were to step foot in Canada, he would be arrested.
He's a criminal in international court. Yeah,
there's nowhere he can go. Most European countries will arrest him now.
He's like Putin. He's just like Putin. Same classification everywhere in the world.
The thing is, man, that what's going on right now is the Israel thing is a major part of it, but it's what's happening now to the world as a result of what's going on over there. So we're like 3 or 4 weeks away from that shit hitting the fan over here.
Yeah.
So
you're talking about the energy prices and food prices.
Yeah,
and
because they're running. So they make diesel out of the heavy crude, which we don't have here. We have light sweet or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so they're getting to a point on these tanks where once it gets to, even though there's oil in there still, they can't pump it out because it's too low. And all this fucking sediment and shit's on the bottom of it. So they're saying we got about 3 weeks until we hit that level on those tanks.
Yeah, jet fuel is sooner.
I don't think it'll be too difficult to trade though, because there might be a country that has the crude that we're looking for diesel that would be willing to trade for the lighter crude.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd have to be. First of all, they have that. That's what kind of oil that Venezuela has. In Venezuela, they have that kind of crude, but irrespective of that, it doesn't matter if someone comes up with a solution like right now. If you came up with a detailed solution right now, and you had all these ships at your disposal, and everything ended, and you were able to move oil all around the place, it's still going to take time to replace everything that's been missing. It's not just it's not just going to it's not just like when it's over, it's just going to go away.
Well, I think demand will go, supply will go to the demand that can pay it. So what will happen is there will be certain regions of the world that will just not have oil for some time. North America, between Alberta and the U.S. strategic reserves and what can be pumped, there's no energy problem in the American continent, really. Throw Venezuela in there as well. And always think regionally now, right? Because that's really what's going on. It's a regional reorganization. And the next big event to happen will not be U.S. driven. I think it'll be China. I think China's just going to step into Taiwan. I don't even think it'll be military at first. I think a diplomatic attaché will just simply arrive at Taipei. Maybe not even say they're flying in. It'll be like 40 people, top members from Beijing. And then you'll just get it in the news. And when I say they're not even going to announce the flight, they're going to announce it when they're taxiing into the runway. And, they're going to let that plane land, and it'll break that negotiations are going on between top people in Xi's government and Taipei, and they'll peacefully reunite. Now, maybe Epic could speak to this, I'm not sure, but have we moved most of the semiconductor stuff out of Taiwan now, or is there still a lot? No. Okay, that is kind of stupid.
Yes,
right?
It is. It is. We're building factories. Korea's building a factory here. There's things like that. They're not even us building the factories. Part of that CHIPS Act was to get us having the chip manufacturing start to recenter here in America. But it's years and years away, and it's foreign investors building. So no, we're nowhere near being independent of Taiwan's chip production, and that's the big thing. And when you're talking about this, is kind of leading into the spheres of influence thing. And if you think about it, how it ties to Venezuela and how it ties to North American, South American continent being the oil one. And then as China starts to develop the solar panels and the electric vehicles, because they're rare earths, they become the electric magnate on the world stage in that sphere of influence. So it starts reorganizing that particular region around that kind of energy, right? Because they're going to be the ones that are shortchanged in the energy crisis that is coming up. So it kind of forces the hand to make these three
there's not going to be any fucking money to buy any shit from China.
No, of course not. No, exactly. And we're not going to sell them oil because if we do like what
I don't think people have what food costs right now is literally out of fucking control. It's literally out of control.
Yeah.
You think for a minute.
Well,
you think for a minute whatever oil is available to the United States, you think they're going to stop selling it to somebody else for $200 a barrel to fucking give it over to the Americans?
I don't think America has any need to import. I mean, it has, except for this one type of crude you're talking about for diesel, but it has most of its energy needs covered. If not all of them, you've got everything in the United States.
As far as the production is concerned, I would say, yeah. As far
as
refining,
the global currency of the petrodollar, right?
Yeah, and refining is the other aspect of it.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're going to break the petrodollar and take that away, and the crude market's going to because it is going to collapse. It has to. I don't see any way we get out of this. I mean, if we go another 60 days in the Hormuz situation, and Europe collapses and their energy dependency becomes more and more apparent, then that's what's going to happen. It's going to branch off into the independent, hey, take care of your own, right? So we'll take care of our own over here with oil and coal and all that kind of stuff. All the old energy.
No one's going to be
and
driving.
Asia will go with the electric. Yeah.
No one's going to be driving to work because they can't afford it, man.
No, we're going to force our public transportation.
It's already $6.75 for gas where I live.
Yeah, it's crazy. And diesel's $9, I think, right? Eight something.
Yeah. And that's just where I live. Now, other places in California, it's more. Guaranteed. I mean, I drove through 9 months ago, and I was in the desert outside of coming into California from Nevada. And it was the only gas station out there. And then it was $6.75 a gallon out there. Before all this shit. But, I mean, I don't see how. Honestly, I mean, I'm just speaking from boots on the ground. You know what I'm saying? I go to work every day. I bring home a paycheck. I see what my paycheck's doing at the end of the week now as compared to what it was doing before. And I'm not in a bad position. There's a lot of people making way less money than I am. You know, it's fucking $27 for an 8-piece chicken at Kentucky Fried Chicken, man.
I paid $31 for a hamburger today. Hamburger, fries, and a drink. You know, at a sit-down restaurant. But still, the point is $31. That's with tip. It was $26.99. That's with my Kama Ina discount, mind you. I got 15% off, which I used back on the tip to make it $31. $31 for a hamburger, Cajun fries, and a drink. What is the world coming to, man? I mean, it's Friday, you know, payday, so you celebrate, you go out and have a sit-down lunch. But I mean, but it was $20 going to McDonald's last week. So I mean, how's that much different, really? I mean, you know, crazy.
It's unbelievable, man. Literally. And the thing is how Bruce, how could I mean? You're sitting over there, all right, but I'm saying over here, I mean, you're sitting over there looking at it. How could that fucking be sustainable? Because check this out.
Well, I'm wondering. I mean, I've been wondering for about 5 years now how people are keeping their head above water.
Well,
now I just don't know. I think a lot of people are buddying up. Like family is moving back in together. Like maybe you don't put someone in a senior's residence and you just share responsibility. I think there will be generational living like the Indians and Chinese do. I think the whole Western way of life, they're shutting down like a carnival act that's done on a Sunday night. I mean, they've been telling us for like since 2015, Klaus Schwab and his Israeli catamite have been out talking about it and writing books about it. Is it just me? And I don't mean to be, I don't know, spurious by pointing out this similarity, this coincidence. But have you all noticed how much power has been delivered into the hands of Jewish catamites now, whether it be AI or the World Economic Forum, or just look around? It's a Jewish guy who likes to be sodomized.
Well, I'll tell you
Altman,
this.
the guy at
Musk
Anthropic, they're all...
Elon Musk is a trillionaire.
Peter Thiel.
Peter Thiel made $50 billion on the IPO today. And he's living down in Argentina.
Crazy. Down in Argentina.
Like a good Nazi.
I can't say his name without Peter Thiel knows about the Antichrist. The South Park song. Yeah. I mean, yeah, totally, man. I mean, he's literally a gay Nazi, and he's moved to Argentina. I mean, the irony here just can't be overstated, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. All right. I think you're not supposed to say Nazi on here.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. That's where they went, right? After World War II, they went to Argentina.
You should just say, not see. Ashkenaz. See?
I did not see. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. It's coming up here at the top of the hour. Rockarillo is still alive? Rockarillo.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. No, I mean, Rock and Reel's got a neck issue, so.
Come on.
Yeah. You got to watch out. You know, I don't know. All right, listen. When we come back, we'll open up the phones at some point, eh?
Yeah, we can do that.
Talk about the optimization trap.
I got a book.
You gonna book, bro? All right. Well, it's good. It's good to hear you. Good to see you over there. Are you taking off?
You well.
All right. There it goes. Bruce McDonald. You can find him on Amazon. MacDonald. You can find him on YouTube. MacDonald. It's Ground Zero Plus. It's Revolution Radio. I want to say hello to Clyde Lewis. It was good to hear him tonight. Lively with John over there. Yeah, man. All right, well, listen, don't forget, there's a whole bunch of interesting and cool stuff going on that Chris has going on, and maybe he'll drop a link over here in the YouTube chat. And, all right, Rockabilly, you ready to open up some of them phones? When we come back? Metal saying there's dead air on Rev Radio. Don't you think it's funny that Clyde Lewis show over there is number one? I think that's great, man. And that we're on there. That's killer. It's sweet. All right, listen. You guys ready? Top of the hour?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Friday night, I just got back. I haven't asked you. Was dreaming about the past. I thought about you while the radio played. Should've got moving. It's the reason I stayed. I started drifting to a different place. I realized it's fine, I can fix your world. And now it's nothing left to bring me back. I'm a million miles away. A million miles away. I'm just a million miles away. And there's nothing left to bring me back today. Took a ride way downtown. Streets are empty, there was no one around. In the places that we used to know, in all the places we used to go. I'm not no wrong, you know you're looking fast. It's trying to hold on to the hands of the best in you. And there was nothing left to bring me back. I was a million miles away. A million miles away. I'm just a million miles away. And there's nothing to bring me back today. Bring me back today. Can I touch you to see if you're real? There's nothing, there's something I feel. Will my heart take the strain? Or will it break down again? I sense a danger. You've got the eyes of a stranger. Have I been sleeping for all these years? Is it magic that makes you appear? When you walked in the room, I felt my heart race. Then you had been through. When I looked at your
It's Ground Zero Plus.
face, do we see clearly? Is it our 2020 vision? I feel the blow on me. It's the gravity of your voice, your magnetic attraction. She talks in stereo.
Lyric and the Figures. Friday night. It's Ground Zero Plus. I just figured out what was wrong. I think I fixed it.
Crickets are chirping, the water is high. There's a soft cotton dress on the line, hanging dry. The windows wide open, African trees bent over backwards from a hurricane breeze. Not a word of goodbye, not even a note. She gone.
Rock and Rio.
In the long black coat.
Or that.
I am here.
What happened? Crickets?
Crickets?
Yeah.
As far as what?
I don't know. Crickets. It's Friday night crickets. There goes Bob Dylan from the Oh Mercy LP. Man in a long black coat. Rock and Rio.
Somebody said from the Bible he'd quote, there was dust on the man in the long black coat.
You got your long black coat on, bro?
No, I'm actually sitting here in shorts and a t-shirt. It's like in the 90s today.
Oh. Well, I'm shivering like a chihuahua out here. It's 58 degrees.
I'm still sweating.
All right, well, listen. Here we are again. It's Friday night. Is the Epic Journeyman on here?
He has not rejoined yet.
I don't see him on here. He's over there chatterwalling over in the chat. Hey, there's 95 peeps over here. What's happening, everybody? No, I figured out what was wrong with that Ground Zero, why it was playing a replay, is because I wasn't live on IBN for some reason.
Oh. That's okay. I apparently had screwed up the Rev Radio feed too for the first hour.
All right, well, now we're back.
They have confirmed that's working now too.
All right, excellent. Well, hey, sorry we missed you, Rev Radio. We dropped down from John B. Wells took over the number 1 spot. We dropped down to number 6. But I mean, that's respectable. What's happening, Epic German? You back? I saw you over there chatterwalling. All right. Well, he looks like he's muted.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I have to. My window keeps dropping because I'm using the VR controllers, so I have to keep doing some, weird moves to get the window to come back up. I'm back.
Man, maybe there's video of those weird moves.
There probably is.
See, I was thinking about it. Actually, I was thinking about it a couple of days ago. I was thinking about when you gave me that old VR thing, and we were doing the chatting.
Yeah, the original Quest. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember I was thinking to myself, when I was playing it, I'm sitting there, with my hands in the air, moving around like a crazy person. It's like when you see people walking around talking. It's like if you would have saw that 30 years ago, you think they're insane. You'd be throwing them in insane asylums.
It turns out they were just cellular
talking to each other. Yeah. Anyways, so hey, are we opening up these phones?
Yeah, we can open the phones.
All right. Yeah. Hey, I was going to mention it when Bruce was on here. But I heard that Dave Scorpio has passed, and Scorpio had been on the show a few times, and he teamed up.
I was going to say a couple years back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they went off. They were on Red Radio. They went off and they were doing their own thing. Him and Giuseppe Gianculo, who also had been on the show many times. When we were over on Aftermath. So Dave Scorpio. I'm not sure what happened. He ended up in the hospital somehow, and just shit happens. It seems shit's been happening a lot more ever since that pandemic. I think that pandemic had a long-term effect that we had no idea even while we were going through it. I mean, I still can't believe it's 2026 already.
That's the thing.
Go ahead. So, I mean, just say something happened during that period that, I mean, it's something jacked up with the time, because a lot of time passed and went by and it seemed like it really wasn't all that much time.
No, it's amazing. I didn't make that connection. So Amelia Tate, who interviewed me for the New Statesman's article, originally it was on the BBC one for the Mandela Effect back in the day, called me and did an interview I mentioned like 3 weeks ago. And she's writing another article for New Statesman following up on it, and it's about the compression of time. And I had mentioned that during my Mandela Effect moderator days, I still moderate there, but one of the things I would put informal polls out about, what do people share in common. That was like number 3 was time compression, like the idea that your perception of time is just way skewed off from what it used to be. Now, people always say it's because you're getting older, and that's for centuries people always accepted that. This is different though. Like I think about it almost every day. Like I'll look at something like a receipt or something that I was looking for, and I'm like, oh man, I was looking at my expense report last month or 3 months ago, thinking, right, and it's 3 years ago. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Like, wait a minute, that wasn't 3 years ago. That was like 3 months ago. And it's that kind of context that we're talking about here. Like that is what's different. The difference between 3 years ago and 3 months ago, there's no difference. I mean, the mental, the way it's referenced in my mind anyway, and most people that I talk to seems to be similar. That's what it is. Like there's no, it's not like it used to be. It's there's like almost like a short-term and long-term memory, but it's a little bit different. Where something happened yesterday, 2 days ago, last week. Okay, that's all contextual. But once you get beyond that, it's like all of a sudden, like the span between a month and a year is nothing. The span between a year and 5 years is almost nothing. That's different. That wasn't like that before.
No, I mean it's there's some different quality to the reality that we're in. The space is different.
Yeah,
and
there is definitely.
And because there's such a hyper event mode in world politics and everything that's going on, that we've been we're flooded with so much information and so many people speaking about stuff.
Information overload, right? Like you're trying to
but
when you try to
multitask. It's like there's this truth and then there's that truth. The truth is subjective.
Right, but you're caught in the whirlwind is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like so you're even though I'm talking about multitasking, that the same thing. Like I notice when I try, guys are terrible, notoriously we're terrible at multitasking. But when you try to, like these things that you're trying to do 3 things at once, and it should take you a third of the time, right? Because you don't want once, it takes 3 times as long, right? Because you don't realize the time that's passed, right? When you're doing that, when you're caught in the whirlwind, time loses meaning. And is that what it is? Is it because we're caught in the whirlwind? I mean, Time Wave Zero with Terrence McKenna was suggesting that as we approached the end of time, and we got closer to that Nautilus show, right, that all the walls of all the similar parallel times and realities get closer and closer as we get to that pinprick spot in space-time where everything's coming upon itself. The walls to everything are thinner, right? So the distance between 1600 and 1900 and 2100 is next to nothing in that instant, right? So is that what it is? Is that real? I mean, I don't know, but it sure seems something's going on that is unique. It's not just living in the computer age, man. It's not. There's something else going on here.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like it is something that's going on in the texture of the reality, that things are that these parallel lives are being led, on either side of us. It's really I don't know. So when you're not here anymore, you're somewhere else, And it's not that your timeline never ends. You're just not here. The minute you're not here, you're somewhere else.
Yeah, well, that's the idea of quantum immortality, right?
Right.
As mini deaths, right? You went left instead of right. You died in that reality. One came up in another one, right?
Exactly.
To you, it's all continuous. You just had to have a headache, or whatever, right?
Exactly.
Deja vu or something like that. But in the context of space time, you died that reality, right? And now you're in the next one. You're just jumping through.
Yeah.
And if that's true, it explains an awful lot, actually.
All right. So what is this? There's a bunch of people freaking out about June 26th.
Don't know this one. I haven't heard it yet.
Now, Rio, you were mentioning something about it, and I just noticed that Basket Case over in the chat was asking about it.
Maybe that was the date. I heard something about, the end of the world was coming soon. It was sometime in June or whatever.
What was this according to what? The Sumerian tablets?
I honestly don't even remember. It was something it came through my YouTube feed.
The end of the world's coming a couple months early this year. Usually, September 23rd or whatever.
Yeah.
This year, it's the 26th. Well, this year, at 8/8
or June 16th, Basket Case says
8/8 will be 8/8/8 this year because. No, I guess it won't. It'll be 8/8/10 or 8/8/1, 6/16. Now, who's saying 6/16? Why are they saying it? Should I go dig up a video?
Yeah, well, I'm sure you could because, like I said, there are a couple of them that came through my feed.
People are talking about it, so the AI will find it in the algorithm. Let's see.
The AI will find it rather quickly, I'm sure.
16/26. See what happens.
Just ask ChatGPT, why is the world going to end in June? I'm sure it'll come up with the answer.
Sermon on the Mount, 6/16/26. I don't know, man. This is some Bible study, dude. That's all I'm seeing is Bible study.
No, it wasn't that.
Here, hold on. I know it's not that. Hang on. End of the world. Let's see what happens. I'm a color man at the end of I'm the fucking Howard Cosell at the end of the world. The most terrifying prophecies of 2026. I don't see anything in here, man. Nobody's gone so far as to put it in the title of their video. I don't know. You guys find it, we'll talk about it. In the meantime, I'm not sure. I know this 717-417. What's the number? 8284?
8284.
417-8284. All
right. Phones are active.
Looks like is the apocalypse near? What Revelation says. It's all going to end. Giant demons, locusts, dragons, and the Antichrist. The end of the world. Sparta remix. Mega. Come
Jill knows about it.
on, man.
I don't know.
New Year's Eve 2026. Man, the phones are ringing. The telephone is ringing. All right, well, listen, there's no shortage of end of the world videos on YouTube. We could sit here all night playing them.
We have a caller.
Hey, caller, what's happening? We don't hear you, caller. You're on the air. What's the area code?
It says unknown.
Unknown. All right, well, unknown. We can't hear you.
Hold on, maybe it's something stupid on my end.
Might be something stupid on Rio's end. Hold on. I'm narrating Rio. I'm like a golf.
I've been having sound issues all night.
I'm
here,
reaching
apparently.
for the mouse now. And scrolling, looking for something as we're here at Ground Zero Plus. Friday evening. It's a wild, wild west, ladies and gentlemen. Anything's possible at this point, and the unknown caller has still not made his or her presence known.
Hold on. I'm working on it.
Rio's working hard.
Why?
He's hard at work.
Why is this not working?
It's always something. If it's not that, it's something else. That's what I always say. If it's not that, it's 20 other things. Shut up. All right. Did you get it or no?
No, I'm working on it. I got no sound coming out.
It's got nothing.
Hang on.
Don't worry. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. We got it. We'll pull it all together. It's always, you're always on the precipice of, something happening. That's why end of the world business is good, because something's always about to happen.
Right. I mean, nothing lights a fire under people, motivates them more than the end of the world,
I know.
So.
Or makes them just lackadaisical. Like
actually, there's something that
their world
something motivates people more.
Smaller and smaller.
All right, we should be able to hear the caller now.
Caller, can we hear you now?
Guess not.
All right, caller, well, call us back.
Well, let's see if I can get this going.
Hang up on that caller. Caller, call us back.
Well, I could see them making noise, but...
All right, well, listen. While Rio's working on it.
Sometimes when this place gets kind of empty, sound of their breath fades with the light. I think about the loveless fascination under the Milky Way tonight. Lower the curtain down Memphis. Lower the curtain down.
Hello.
All right, did you hear that?
I did.
All right, so whoever that was just hung up.
All right, well, whoever you were, call back.
Under the Milky Way tonight.
717-417-8284 is the number to call.
What you were looking for. Might have known what you would find. And it's something quite peculiar.
All right, hello.
Hello.
Check. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. What's happening?
What do you think it was? AI or?
Who knows? It's just Rock and Rio.
Who fucking knows?
It's late.
It was a, apparently a Windows update had worked my settings. Both computers.
Yeah, it's always at the wrong time. What Jimmy Jean always say? It's always something.
It's always something, man. It's not that. It's 20 other things.
Yeah, ring around the rosies, pocket full of posies, and duck goose,
Yeah, exactamundo. It's literally reached that level. It's a race.
What gas prices over there, Gene?
it's $6.75 or something, $6.50.
Has it gone down any bit or a little bit or any?
No, it went down for a minute and then it came back up right away. So, I mean, I
guess we'll just stop talking about gas, man. Unless we got a full storage closet full of beans.
Yeah, well, the thing is, man, that's the other thing, too, is like, people have been storing food for a long time, hiding food in those cans. Well, those ain't the cans from yesteryear. Yeah. Those cans ain't from yesteryear. Okay, those fucking cans go.
Oh, do you got any shit stored up in like anywhere, like a time capsule? If you're gonna eat like a Snickers bar or something, you got anything stored up anywhere? Some nuts?
Those cans are filled with plastic. Okay, and that plastic.
Oh yeah.
And that plastic is full of bisphenol A, And so when them cans
What
been
the hell does that even mean? Like, I mean, we're gonna have to go ahead and eat the shit and get immune to it, you know? Fuck. I mean, what else is there to eat?
There is nothing to eat, man. I'm just saying, when you got cans sitting there for 5 years, you've been storing food, thinking you're going to pop that can or whatever. I mean, I'm just saying it's full of fucking, you know.
You on the same page as me, because I did that one time. I got a little nervous, and I put some stuff in the attic, like some deviled ham and some ramen noodles packages that I just did every other pack. Man, that shit don't last. It don't matter if it's in a damn jar or whatever. Something, you know.
Dude, if
I
you
guess,
want some,
you know,
if you want some
that shit
shit,
don't last.
I'll tell you right now. You want some shit that's gonna last. You go over to go over to fucking McDonald's and buy a bag full of hamburgers and just because that shit will last 20 fucking years.
What did you say earlier? That he paid like $30, $50 for a hamburger and shit.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, the reason you could go to McDonald's and get them, you can get them on the dollar menu. Go get them because they'll last. This lady pulled one out of a box.
And I'll feel like a champion because that's what Donald Trump serves everybody that wins a medal. He's like, here, have some damn shit that'll last a long time in your stomach.
Exactamundo. It's like eating plastic. All right, listen. So, what do you got going on over there? Anything going on?
Nah, not a damn thing. Oh, there's a big ass rainbow. There's a storm over here, and I'm 40-something years old, and this is the first time I've seen a big ass rainbow that reached across the sky, and it was like a double rainbow, like it was reflecting. You guys seen any of them type of phenomenons? Anybody in the chat or whatever?
Yeah, I live in Hawaii, so I see them all the time. But yeah, it's a trip. Like I've seen some really wild things here. Like the other day, I had one that was like, you know, if you've ever seen a low rainbow where it's like only like maybe 6 feet, 8 feet off the ground, like the top of your car or truck maybe, but it goes across the horizon. Cool. So it's like you keep thinking you're gonna catch it, and it just keeps moving ahead of you a little bit. But it's like it's weird because it's across your whole field of view, right? For that duration where you're driving into it, it's really cool. Like that, I've seen that, and then over.
Yeah, I think there might be something because we know we all heard about all them shooting lasers up in the sky trying to get the dark side of the moon, and the weather's changing. I'm seeing all these folks coming up in my feed about storms coming. I guess that the rainbow is going to be a big sign of like they definitely in here shooting some nanobots and the things with the ticks. I saw a video earlier where there's a helicopter dropped in like boxes of ticks on some lady's private property type stuff.
Yeah, I saw some of that.
They're hitting us. When we thought shit was getting hit, we're all worried about AI and who's friends with Trump. Shit, this shit going down here.
That's crazy.
All right, I appreciate you fellas. I know you got to get off, and I try to spend a lot of your time.
Yeah,
I just
go
know
ahead.
you the number one show, you fellas.
Right on, man. Thanks for calling.
Yeah,
we appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate you.
All right, man. I appreciate you guys a bunch. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Take
Peace.
care. 717-417-8284 is the number to call.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you. Man, you guys are cool.
Thanks. You're cool too, man.
Bye-bye.
See you.
All right, I know 323 was trying to get in here.
Who?
Time to call.
Who's trying to get in?
323.
717-417-8284 is the number to call. Seven one seven 417-8284. Yeah, they were saying that that remnant was there in, 65. They were saying that they've been working it since then. It's been on. Rock and Rio, you there?
Yeah.
We got a caller?
No.
Oh. All right.
323, call back.
717-417-8284 is the number to call. We're talking about this and that and any other thing you want to talk about tonight. We're kicking it old school. Hang on, I can't find this button. I can't find the button. Well, listen. Tomorrow night, it's the Chilluminati at 8 Pacific here on Ground Zero Plus. Come on back and join us. We try not to talk about anything serious. I mean, we seriously talk about stuff, but not these world events. We try to go in the secret cove over there and chill. All right, so listen. Rock and Rio, what's on your mind, homie? You've been sitting over there, you've been chilling, you've been listening. What's going on?
Yeah. Very sore at the moment, so.
Your arms, your neck, and your arms still bothering you?
Yeah.
Man, listen. All of us, everybody here, and all of you out there, we've been through a lot of shit in the last couple of years. That is loud. We've been through a lot in the last couple of years. Here, I'll get back to that in a minute. Hey, caller, what's happening?
How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing all right. Who's this? Is this the hijacker?
It's a hijacker.
Jack.
How you doing, man?
Just recognize the voice.
What's happening?
Yeah, so this is what I'm taking a look at. This is my revelation. And this is after a lifetime of watching politics, watching the way they create narratives, how they build and do things. And something happened right around the time, I think, when Doge had already gone for all the Social Security, and I think they were getting ready to get into the Pentagon. And then, of course, you had the big blow-up between Musk and Trump. But ever since then, it's like, and that's also when AI really kicked in. So it appears to me that all this stuff that's happening is actually planned. This is all planned out.
Yeah.
This is my theory. My theory is that they've run out of room, that AI has been able to look far enough into the future. And when I hear things like, there was a poll, 97% of the countries that got polled in, the question was something like, which group or which country do you think is the most problematic in the world, or is causing the most problems? And is real hell, that came up. And if you actually take a look, that the knowledge of really what's going on is spreading like a worldwide virus, a disease. I mean, a 12-year-old can tell you all about JFK and what really happened, or the Illuminati.
Yeah. Because it's all been reduced down to bullet points on a 3-minute video. Something that took somebody 20 years to put together is all the bullet points are put down, so like everybody knows everything.
Right.
Yeah, Jamar spent a decade writing that book, Crossfire, and I think doesn't.
Right, and I think what they're doing is they're just picking up where they left off. They already told us during the jab years of what they had planned. They do want the depop, and so I think they're just back into it. And I don't even think there might not even be midterms I think we're looking at like a 9/11 that might be times 100. There's something that's just tremendous that they know.
Yeah,
that they've thrown all caution to the wind. They just don't care.
No.
So that's my take on it. This is something, we're on the precipice of something really huge, and it could even go into, Marshall, L.
Yeah.
And maybe they're just going to take the elections, and they're going to throw it to Trump. Doesn't matter if everybody knows it's not true, but they got the capability to do it any way they want. So that's what I'm taking a look at. It's just that you can't have all these radical, massive movements, especially what happened with the Iranians. That type of thing is just like out of nowhere, not even building a narrative, nothing. And they just go like, and they know what was going to happen. They planned for the whole world to shut down. They planned for the gas tanks to go empty.
Exactly.
This is planned.
Yeah.
They didn't know it wasn't going to happen. Exactly right. I mean, they didn't know. Every single administration since 1972 or one or whatever it was, 47 years ago. So what was that before that? But the point being that they knew that was a play, right? To shut down the Strait of Hormuz. That was always a play.
Let me ask you a question. Where is the Strait of Hormuz?
Between Oman and Iran.
In what?
You can see it from the Emirates. Yep.
In what? In what body of water?
The Persian Gulf.
Persian Gulf.
Been there. You can see the shore from one side to the other. You don't need no radar.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who owns it? It's the Persian Gulf. Where's Persia?
Yeah.
Who's
Iran.
Persian? Who's Persian?
That's Iran.
Well, okay. Who owns it?
Well, if you go by that, it's like it's in the name, right?
Well, I'm just saying. It seems a little. I don't know. I don't see.
It's not the Omani Gulf. It's not the Emirates Gulf. Yeah, exactly.
No.
Well, because of civilization, it's the oldest civilization is part of it. But no, that's the point.
Exactly.
You don't see it called anything else, and that's because the history goes back so far. I mean, that's Zoroaster. That's the origins of the monotheism is Zoroastrianism, as we know it today, right? Persia, right? Sumer on the other side, Iraq, the one they fought so much with between Tigris and Euphrates, is pretty much landlocked. The other oldest civilization, right, that we know of, right? I mean, there's other ones. Now we look at Göbekli Tepe and places in Turkey underground where obviously civilization existed before that, but those are the records we have. So dealing with what we have this dichotomy of Iraq, old ancient Sumer, versus Persia, current Iran, right? And it's all coming back upon itself. This ancient war that's always been going on since the dawn of civilization itself.
Yeah,
it's still going on.
It is. What was that noise?
Somebody hanging up. Sound like on the phone waiting.
Hijacker hung up.
No, hijacker's still there. The other caller is on hold.
No,
there's another
point,
call.
I'll jump off, but my point is that they had AI, and they could have said to AI, look, if we Iran, what's going to happen?
Yeah,
what are
they
the
know.
repercussions
Exactly.
as far as helium, fertilizer, all the way down, if it lasts 3 months, if it lasts 4 months? And AI had to tell them exactly what was going to happen. So I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in there.
Yeah,
This
you're
is
right.
all planned out, and it all is not looking good. But
No, you're
great
right.
show, you guys.
You're
I'll
right.
be listening.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling, Hijacker. He's right, I think. Obviously. All right. Listen, 717-417-8284 is the number to call. It's Ground Zero Plus. This is the plus part.
I can. So just so you guys know, I can only answer one call at a time. So
Yeah.
If you hear the hold music, just hang on.
717-417-8284.
Oh, sleep on me and rest your soul just like the roses at your feet. Dream a while for me and travel far away till the distance is complete.
Yeah, there's a bunch of these. They're using some AI tools to decipher some of these Sumerian tablets. These little chunks that they had laying around that somebody looked at a long time ago and found something. It's like a crazy world.
Hello.
Hey, Rio.
What's up?
Man, it's the CAC on the Slack.
Cacker, what's happening, man? Where the hell are you, man?
I'm up in the Bay of Morro Bay.
Morro Bay.
With the tick report, the clock is ticking.
Tick, tick, tock, says the clock.
Tick, tick. And Iran has nukes, and let's see, 25 years coming up on 9/11. And is Epic still on? Epic still on the line?
I am. Good to hear from you.
So, yeah, Monday was the 59th anniversary of the USS Liberty attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Any comments on that?
Just that it was the most planned, orchestrated thing ever. They didn't think it was going to get out to the public, you know. And that, by the way, is where Paul Wolfowitz got his recognition, because he was an Israeli double agent working for a senator from, I believe it was Alabama at the time, in the Defense Department, and you know, that as his liaison, because that guy was on the committee. Anyway, the point being, he gave that information to the Israelis to bomb the Liberty, and that I'm just surprised to this day that guy was never tried. I mean, he was tried for other things. You know, he financed his girlfriend, gave him $1 million or whatever, right? He was leader of the World Bank at the time. He got that gig, but how he got to that point in the first place was from betraying us to the Liberty. I mean, to the Liberty, right? That whole thing came through him. So that's
and pretty much the architect of foreign policy for how many decades now? I mean, absolutely insane.
Yeah, the whole Project for the New American Century and the neocons, this whole thing comes from that origin story, right? That's where it comes from. I mean, yeah, I'm amazed that they didn't get their, you know, someday history books 100 years from now will get all this right. But in the meantime, we have to, you know, look at it with kind of just.
In the meantime, you have a hard on to get us classified as domestic terrorists.
Yeah, with the new AI things, and yeah, you never know. You never know. Well, Paul Wolfowitz doesn't govern anymore.
I'm talking from a fictional reality and a
there you
multiple.
Go. We're writing a script there, Cac. We're working on a script together for the new CBS special. Yeah, coming up next season.
The after school special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay away from
the new McGarrett.
Yeah.
Also, funny thing, you guys got me on the edge of my seat tonight with what's going down and mentioning June 26th. That was the day that my mom passed in 2012, June 26th. So that's wild. And Jimmy, my man, you were like bringing me back to the 80s with Toxin Stereo, Eyes of a Stranger. Oh my God, those 80s hits. You just zap me, man. You do it all the time. Thank you so much.
Gary Myrick. There he went. Now, Cac, are you still there?
I'm still here.
All right, so listen. Are you trying to make the best out of every day? You know, getting a little bit of something and hanging on to that instead of like wallowing in all the bad shit. You just find the one good thing and hang on to that and ride it all day. And just try to like eke it out, squeeze yourself out a glass full of sunshine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you nailed it right there. The sun, man. I know the sun is not as yellow as it used to be. It's more white, but I'm trying to catch as much sun as I can. Early morning sun,
Yeah,
late afternoon, sundown sun,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, stay out of the midday sun. There's something ungodly about it. If it's white,
Mm-hmm.
it makes you uptight. If it's yellow,
It ain't right.
it's mellow. If the sun's
Sun
white,
is the same.
Yeah.
it ain't right. That's the way
In
it
a
is.
relative way, but you're older.
Yeah.
The lyric from Time, but and it's shrinking, right? And it is shrinking. That's sort of line that got me about that lyric is that even back then they made that perception that it was shrinking, and it does, right? It does seem to be smaller and brighter. And it got me thinking about that whole idea of this hyper extension of time, making it not extension, but diminishing perception of time, where it's faster. And that's because it's higher frequency. Like if you look at a frequency wave, the faster it is, the brighter, the wider, right? And the more eventually towards blue, but it becomes, right? I mean, when everything's all together, it's white, right? I mean, all light together is. But if you just think about it from a frequency perspective, the lower spectrum is more to yellow, the higher spectrum is more to white, and that's faster. The distance between those spikes is shorter.
Ground Zero Plus. Sit to the microcosm.
Before all of this ever went down, in another place, another town, you were just a face in the crowd. You were just a face in the crowd, out in the street, walking around.
It's Ground Zero Plus, Revolution Radio. It's Tom Petty. Facing the crowd. There he goes. He's dead now. There's never going to be another Tom Petty. He ain't coming back. But you can find him anywhere on YouTube, anywhere you want. Just type his name in, there he is. Boom. He lives. He's eternal, forever and ever. As long as there's electricity, there'll be Tom Petty on the internet.
Is Jeff Lynne the only Wilbury left? Right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Tom Petty, right? Bob Dylan, Roy Orbison, Jeff Lynne,
George
Harrison. Yeah.
Bob Dylan's not dead.
Well, almost. I thought there's some rumors a while back, but
he's half dead.
Yeah. he's got to appease the chief, as he said, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But but yeah, and it's interesting that all those people. I mean, it's not that long ago in our perspective. We think about it, but it is from somebody just born in the 70s, or not even 70s. Let's say 1990. They're 30 years old now, and they're like, "Who the hell are the Wilburys?" Traveling Wilburys. What's that?
No, man. Yeah. There's so much that's been forgotten at this point. I mean, as far as younger people 20 and under, they don't know half the shit you're talking about. If you're talking about, most of this stuff.
Well, there's no reason for them to learn either. There's not a heritage or a lineage going back through, oral tradition or speaking around the dinner table anymore. I mean, people think of oral tradition like it's a wise shaman speaking to the tribe, but it's not just that. It's the family speaking at the dinner table, and we don't speak at the dinner table anymore. That knowledge of the past doesn't get passed on. These little quirky stories told that Grandpa tells or whatever that pass on all these things. And now it's just, everybody's watching TV and getting their information that way from their phone. Not even watching TV anymore. It's the phone, right?
I don't know. People know everything already. There's no reason.
They look it up. They don't know everything. They look it up. They're Captain Googles.
There's no reason to talk anymore. Everybody just glance at each other, and you each know everything already. So there's no reason to even go over it. Why waste your time? You know, just give each other the knowing chin or whatever about whatever it
Nod.
is.
Nod. Yeah.
You know, why get all entangled in, you know, long-winded conversations about this and that, you know?
Well, the anxiety of a conversation, I was going to bring that up. Like, that's something that's different in today's time, that it seems like the conversation was what everybody strove for back in the day before all this electronic entanglement, you know, that everybody has. But now it's like something to be avoided, you know?
Yeah, I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I
weird,
mean.
right?
That's what I mean. You don't even have to say anything to each other at this point. You know, just like side glance at your phone, you know, while you're texting with one hand. Another thing, I saw this thing where this dude was saying that, this guy was saying, well, people don't dance anymore. And then he brought up the fact that, like, now everybody's got a camera in their hand. So if you go dancing and you look stupid or whatever, people are going to have video of it and put it on the internet. So people are like, you know, try to protect their image. You know, they don't want to be, they don't want to get caught.
Caught in that one bad moment with the lampshade over their head. Yeah.
Exactly. Or whatever else it is.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's getting to the point, like they have the MR glasses now that people have, the Ray-Bans and stuff like that. They look like regular sunglasses, right? But they have the recording camera, and they have the microphone, they have AI link and all that stuff to them. Yeah, facial recognition, all that stuff on them. It's just getting better all the time, but they have the light that comes on when they're recording. But like everybody would expect they would do, they just black that out, right? So you don't know if you're being recorded, you know?
Sharpie.
You just have to assume you are.
No, that's fucked up that someone can walk up to you and know everything about you with facial recognition.
Yeah, know your name, know your birthday, know you know, yeah, anything about you the internet knows.
They don't even have to let you know that you know their name. All they have to do is, like, you know, say some shit that they know about you. Oh, like you like to play tennis, you know. And they just fucking, oh yeah, you know, just got back from tennis. Oh, my shoulder. You know, oh, you play tennis.
They give you the in. They give you the in. It's like the perfect con man tool, right?
That's what I'm saying,
you know?
Man.
Especially like a group of grifters. Like, remember that movie? What was the movie with
put on a robe?
House of Games. Right?
Go start telling people's future.
Yeah.
Sit down, my son. Let me tell you about your future. You know. Oh, I see. Do you play tennis? By any chance, do you play tennis?
You got that injury today. I see that you stretched for a backhand and tweaked your elbow. I mean, I'm getting this from the cosmos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, for somebody generation gap wise, right? We're talking about generation gaps here a little bit. They're not going to know that technology exists. They're going to fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. Right? They are. Like,
I went to this thing. In Venice, there's this bookstore called the Psychic Eye. Okay.
I have seen it. I have not been in there.
There was two of them.
There's a whole chain of them. Yeah.
There's one in San Diego. Yeah, there's one in San Diego.
Okay, CAC, you know the Psychic Eye?
Oh, yeah. They're all over the place.
All right.
But, yeah, the Venice one is very special.
Yeah. So I used to go down there, you know, because I live close by. I'd be walking by there all the time, and the flyers on the window and shit. So they were going to have this, channeler lady come in there on a certain night or whatever. So I went in there, check it out. And I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just, I mean, it seems to me that, you know, I mean, I've been around a lot of this psychics, you know what I mean? Card readers, astrologers, psychics, numerologists. You know, I've been around a lot of that in my life, you know, here and there. And, you know, for the most part, you know, people go around these situations because they have this and that going on in their lives, and they're looking for some, you know, hope that something else, you know, is going to happen soon, you know, this and that. So, you know, there's a bunch of people out there that, you know, take advantage of that because there's a lot of things that everyone has in common. You know, you could say certain things that everyone will be able to affirm, most people. like no shot in the dark or whatever. So all they have to do is like say, well, you know, you do this and you're that and so on and so forth. You know, these common things, and in your mind is creating this solidity of you know, they know you somehow when they don't know you. Is the phone ringing?
Yeah.
The telephone was ringing.
Yeah, I should probably jump off, guys. Thank you so much for another great show.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, great to talk to you.
Thanks for being here, man. We appreciate you, bro.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
Peace.
There he goes, CAC. He came back. Now, Rio,
I guess nobody likes the hold music because as soon as I put them on hold, they hang up.
is that hold sound? Is that what that sound
No,
is?
that's the hang up sound. That you're hearing.
Whatever it is, it's vibrating right through my skull. It's like I was reading some article last week about beeping and how this beeping is this beeping sound to humans causes this weird entrainment situation. It's beeping.
Totally see that. Yeah, I'm hearing these ads on YouTube that are. I have to look at what the ad actually is. I never catch what the ad is because I get distracted by the fact it's constantly having these cell phone like rings and notifications like that one we just heard and things like that in the background, like not loud, subtle, you know, but they're there, you know, to make you get attention, right? And yeah, it's really annoying, but
like that sound right there.
That's a good one. That means
That's
they're
fucking
calling.
awful, man. Change that ring. Can you change the ringtone?
No, I can't.
Yeah. All right, caller. What's happening? You're live in the microphone.
Hijacker.
Oh, hijacker. Listen.
Yeah, I thought I just called back to interject. It was one of my points, but I forgot about. But the other reason that you know that we're coming close to the end, or for whatever big thing that's coming, is that this AI is literally, like Jimmy used to be a real powerful researcher. You knew a lot before AI, but now you are 10 times more powerful. But here's the flip side.
Well, you know what? It's funny that you're mentioning this. It's funny you're mentioning. It's funny that you're mentioning this because Rio and I was talking to Rio about this before the show, and I was saying how there was this moment because we were working with the AI ChatGPT 3 on the air, doing shit with it, long before anybody else was. You know, and there was a moment where we could have taken the AI and moved the show to some level, you know, where instead of me going here on and on off the top of my head from stuff that I've looked at and this and that I could just go onto ChatGPT and present a concept to it and have it just blow out a show. And every fucking single show that we did would just be better and better and better because we're milking the AI shit. And the thing was, man, is like we never even, on this show, we didn't even read off anything for at least 8 or 9 years, wasn't it? We didn't read shit on the air.
Read an article, you know, that we saw, but like we never had a script or anything.
The research maybe, well, a lot of times actually, and then bring that to the show, but never have like a script, you know, just have the concept.
Yeah, it's like we talk about the concept. Yeah, we study a subject until it was showtime, and then we come on and talk about it. We're not sitting there with, you know, notes and this and that, but you know, I don't know. I mean, what is it even worth, you know? And in other words, why even, you know, at the point that you can just go over there to ChatGPT and just say some shit into it and have it just come out and, you know, with a whole thing about it. I mean, that could be a show. The only thing missing is somebody to say it, you know.
Deliver the lines. Yeah, deliver the lines.
Exactly. And,
well, I mean,
and
the AI can talk for you now, too.
That's what I mean. So, hijacker, you could create a whole... you know, a whole AI. You know what you could do? Literally, hijacker. You could go onto your archives at Revolution Radio that you can find over there, because people have donated and they're sitting there. Go to your old your hijacker show. I forget what it was called, but you can go there and you can.
Most of that stuff's wiped out.
You could put it all
most of it's
in.
wiped out. It's all been wiped out. A couple ways to wipe out.
You could put it all in there.
I think there's very little over there.
It would just create a whole hijacker for you, man. You know, it
Right.
can create a
well, my point
hijacker.
was that
All right, listen, we're almost
yeah,
we're at the top of the hour, man. You're welcome to you're welcome to call back on the other side if you want.
Yeah, we got a third hour.
Yeah, it's third
we
hour.
got third hour.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I will do that because this is important.
All
yeah,
right.
I'll call back.
All right. All right. It's top of the hour. Gonna be right back.
Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Yeah. Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, picket lines and picket signs. Don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Oh, what's going on? Right on. Right on. Right on.
that need to score. Showing up, hit and run. Boy meets girl where the beat goes on. Stitched up tight, can't shake free. Love is the drug, got a hook on me. Oh, catch that buzz. Love is the drug I'm thinking of. Oh, can't you see? Love is the drug for me.
All right, I couldn't find that window. I got so many windows open. It's a window extravaganza over here. Not anymore, though. I'm just.
We have Trish on the line.
Oh, hey Trish, what's going on?
Hey guys, what you doing?
What's happening?
Not much. Well, actually, I guess a lot. Doesn't it seem like every single day that they're throwing something else at us, but then it just leaves the news cycle as soon as it comes in? Like today or yesterday, Trump said we're taking Carg Island. And then another thing today was Trump was talking about, I think it's called the home rule in Washington, D.C. He said if this new mayor gets in, he's going to enact the home rule. So it'll be under federal government, like I guess maybe National Guard or
weird.
I guess military police in D.C. It really feels like something's about to happen. It's like something big is about to happen. And I'm really afraid something's going to happen while all of these people from all over the world are here at this soccer match that or whatever they're doing, World Cup or whatever it is. Some big deal, I guess. I don't know. I don't watch soccer.
Yeah.
But, and the same thing with another thing is, you know, they were talking about, I guess this December when the automatic registration for the military, that's coming up. And then the guy that just beat out Massey, Ed Galrin, he was talking about a mandatory military service. It just seems like at any minute something bad's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rock and Rio. What do you think? But hey, Rock Girl Days says the UK is on fire. There's something going on beyond what was been going on in Belfast. Something else going on over there?
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but yeah, they were burning. Belfast was burning. They were fed up with the thing.
Yeah,
I know they burnt Paris down 2 weeks ago, so they won a football game or something. But.
So what Trish is saying about something getting ready to happen? What do you think, Rock and Rio? Are you feeling uptight? Are you feeling like you know you're on the edge? You're on the precipice.
I think they have they have their script and their plan, and they're just they're going through the playbook right now. Yeah, something's going to happen eventually. I'm sure it will. Maybe sooner than later at this point, but I think Trump's got another year and a half, so they're gonna
2.5.
2.5. Yeah, so they're gonna let him run it out down to maybe the last 6 months. And then there'll be some catastrophe or some situation where he'll have to just stay on for another year or two until they can get it sorted out.
Yeah, you don't piss off the Scottish or the Irish.
Hey.
You better watch out, man.
I have noticed something. I'm tracking something on this, and I don't know if it's going to mean anything or not. It's the kind of thing that draws my attention, and it's this. So they built this big giant claw over this UFC octagon, right? And they're out on the grass, and they knocked down all the trees, so it's the highest point of reference to ground level in the entire however many miles before the Washington Monument itself, which has lightning rods and stuff, right? And there's been all this lightning strikes today because they're trying to tear down the Trump signature from the Kennedy Center, not the signature, but the signage, right?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be done today, and there's like this whole live stream. I was watching it before the show. I know whatever happened. It probably timed out, right? But the weather was a problem. And it occurred to me that you have this giant claw higher than anything else up above the ground for the mounting the cameras and do all this stuff for this UFC event. And is projected to have all these lightning storms and all this rain and everything potentially during this event. And it's a perfect setup. Like it's already like pre-loaded for us to accept that this natural disaster is going to strike this claw, lightning is going to strike the thing, zap the people in the octagon, maybe people watching, right? And we're going to think nothing of it, right? Because it's already been set up that they shouldn't have been out there. They knew the weather was bad. They had lightning the day before. They had to cancel tearing down the Trump from the sign and all this other stuff, right? I mean, it's too perfect of a setup for something like that to happen. This, act of God kind of accident, right?
The lunatic is in the grass.
Well, do you see what I'm saying, though? Like, this thing's way up in the air. It's the highest point of ground. It's metal. It's right there. And there's lightning storms going right now, and all these people are going to be around this, ungrounded octagon fence with the steel grates and stuff like a fence line, right? And, dude, I'm telling you, like, that's a perfect lightning trap right there. And they're setting it up, like, for us to accept that this is, if it's scripted, to accept that that's, well, who knew, right?
Man, I don't know.
We'll see. If my poly market, I never bet on poly market. I would have on D-Day because I knew we were going to attack Iran on D-Day just because, it's who's in office, right? He has to do something on a day. It has a name, somebody else affixed to it, right? But so I would have bet on that and won. But I'm thinking about this one. What are the odds of a lightning strike killing somebody during the UFC fight? I got to put a bet on that. If it's out there, I got to put a bet on it.
Man, I got to say, it's not really something that, should be going on there. You shouldn't be seeing Bud Light banners hanging off the White House.
No, it's Idiocracy. It's literally the movie Idiocracy.
It's out of control, man. It's
President Camacho, right? It's crazy.
It's crazy, man.
Didn't he say something like, I think we might just leave it that up?
He did. Just leave it up, like comparing it to Eiffel Tower. Well, they built the Eiffel Tower in the World's Fair and just left it there. Maybe we'll just leave this here too.
They didn't build the Eiffel Tower.
They didn't. They built a redneck,
found it.
Freaking.
They founded it.
Monster truck thing.
They founded the Eiffel Tower. It's an antenna that
well, now we can get into that. That's a whole different thing. Yeah, and the guy who built it, right? I mean, Eiffel, right? I mean,
it receives
a whole thing.
Every frequency of the universe. It's an antenna. But anyway, no, you should see. There's a whole shitload of these. If you guys, we talked a little bit about these Star Forts a couple weeks ago, but there's this whole group of people that are doing LiDAR everywhere. People are LiDAR and everything now. They're finding shit all over the world now. They're finding all kinds of mega structures in the Amazon. They're finding fucking giant structures under the ice in the fucking Antarctica.
Oh yeah, the amount of civilization stuff they're finding in South America right now is just off the chain, man. It's incredible, right? Like we always knew, people like us always knew. Us, I mean, everybody in the show and probably our audience all kind of knew. Yeah, obviously, there's all these people there. There's like a population of 200 million people. They say the 20 million used to be the estimate. Now it's gone up considerably about the amount of infrastructure there that supported the population. And it just vanished overnight. It wasn't just smallpox, man. Come on, right? Come on, and now we're finding those things buried in the jungle from LiDAR. And I think to carry it back home, the best thing ever invented from LiDAR, you know what it is? It's this little green laser that shoots mosquitoes. The LiDAR detects the Doppler from the mosquitoes. Yeah. Yeah. We finally invented something useful to use that for. Yep.
Well, no, I mean,
don't get me wrong. Ancient civilizations are cool, but
they are finding these Star Forts everywhere. Maybe
ley lines, man. They're ley lines. Obviously, they're redirecting ley lines, of course. Yeah, I've always said that I really do like to sound like a lunatic. You can play lunatic in the grass for this one. I really do believe that the electric grid as we know it, those parallel lines running across, at a certain level, 60 feet above ground, 45 feet above ground, with these metal conductors are designed specifically to block ley lines, specifically to harness, like an electronic weapon, right? To keep that from ever coming back.
There's websites where you can go on there and pay them, and you can use their LiDAR. Amber in the chat's asking about it. So you can just go rent LiDAR and go look at whatever you want. The other thing is too is there's a way that you can use this equipment to detect precious metal in the ground. So you can literally use it to scan an area to see if there's gold under there.
They're probably looking for lithium.
I'm just saying. You just got
that, and to the ley line thing. There was something else somebody had mentioned to me this week. Is that remember Tesla's free energy, like Wardenclyffe Tower and stuff. They were. Yeah. He was telling me that because the grid is now getting so super saturated, they're actually going to take parts of the grid offline in a couple weeks and use the energy from the air technology to start powering grid nodes. I don't know how true that is, but that was a story that somebody gave me. But they were
MIT.
They were going to do it already, but supposedly they're waiting till after the World Cup is over.
I don't know about the power grid thing, but the MIT proved the concept of the wireless energy that way, the natural energy of the Earth, right? Back in, I want to say like 2000-ish, like it was a long time ago. They did a whole thing.
100 years ago.
Well, exactly. But I mean, they're proving Tesla's concept, right? Like they're going back and looking at that. Yeah. And it just kind of died in the news. Nobody ever heard about it again. Right. Yeah. Because what wasn't that was the 2K thing was coming up, right? The whole yeah. So and that just kind of disappeared, got buried in the news, but nobody thought about it afterwards. I thought about it because why would they bring that up and then just not talk about it again, right? Like it's not like it didn't go. I mean, it didn't get researched further. It didn't go away, right? So.
Well, I mean, Tesla had it working, so the whole reason was you couldn't charge for it because
right. JP Morgan shut it down.
There's a video out there where they took this interview from Tesla from 18 something, and they turned it into an actual talking thing, to where he's talking and the guy's asking him questions, and it's a conversation where he's just basically saying the answers that Tesla gave in this conversation. It's pretty interesting stuff. I looked at it. I listened to a little bit of it. I thought about bringing it to the show.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Actually.
Yeah, maybe I'll dig it up tomorrow for the Chilluminati. It's pretty interesting, though. All right.
Well, we're rapidly approaching a time when all of our conversations, at least the dialogue, right, like in a written form, is going to be saved on these databases. I mean, it may not have the inflection, it may not have the audio. No, that's what I mean. It already is. But I mean, what I'm talking about is like that'll be like a reconstruction thing in the future with AI video generated content and everything else to reconstruct these conversations. How accurate will it be? Will it catch the inflection or the actual meaning? I don't know, but the dialogue will be there and the time frame will be there, the timestamp, and the sentient world simulation render of us, having this conversation, for example, will be there.
I'm sure good Microsoft is scraping this call,
Oh, absolutely. So how good will it be? That's what I wonder about. Like, I'm becoming increasingly surprised with how good it is with a lot of things. Like, it's not the little, cartoony memes and things people think it is anymore. Like how realistic it is on simple prompts, let alone when the prompt is dialogue from an actual conversation. How good will it be then? Right? It'd be a lot better. So, yeah, if it's important, like this conversation is suddenly flagged for high importance, and they go back and they try to reconstruct it. Just off what we said, they can look at our video and see Jimmy on the YouTube channel, but they can go back and say, well, here they have more data in this one.
To look at your driver's license, they'll look at whatever,
But 100 years now, yeah, 100 years now, where there's no those references kind of faded. They'll still have the dialogue, and they'll be able to extrapolate like AI does, right? How good will it be? And will that become our history books in the future? Like, is that what history books are going to become? Is something like that?
Virtual AI avatars of all of us speaking.
Yeah, or Alexander the Great, about to go into Afghanistan or something like that. I mean, and then reconstruct it.
In the future, there'll be no need for history.
That's probably true.
You don't need history in the future.
That's where it goes, doesn't it? It does, actually. That's where it does go.
It is where it goes, man. For sure. You know where I want to go?
Where the living is free and easy?
Yeah.
Down to Kokomo.
It's Ground Zero Plus. It's Revolution Radio. It's in the microcosm. 417 or 717-417-8284 is the number to call.
There once was a story from 1,000 yesterdays. I read it in this ancient book when the old man passed away. I drifted through the pages and its magic filled my eyes.
Trish didn't hang up, did she? Hey, Undaunted.
Now I'm going to jump off of here now, Jimmy, so somebody else can call me.
You got anything else, Trish?
That's enough, ain't it?
Is that it? You're just gonna go?
Yeah, that's enough, man. You have a good night.
Enough is enough. There goes Trish. Thanks for calling, Trish. Undaunted's over there. She goes back all the way to TFR days. Hey, Vin, what's going on? Good to see you. Basket Case said thanks, Trish. 717-417-8284 is the number to call. Alright.
And he's back for round 3.
Hijacker.
Yeah, so I wanted to pick up. So if the AI is making somebody like you, Jimmy, 10 times more powerful than you were, just imagine being these billionaires. I mean, they already feel as though they're like a god man, that they become like a god with all the money that they got. They got phone books full of every, like the Steen thing showed us. All these people are all interconnected. They do all the parties. They have each other's emails, each other's phone numbers. Anybody can call anybody that's anybody in the world. And now comes along AI, and you're a billionaire. That's got to make you like 100,000 times more powerful. It's like you literally are like a god man as far as the knowledge. You got the wealth. Now you got all the information. So I think they can predict, like what happened in Belfast. Supposedly it's spreading throughout England now. I think the AI can predict that. I think AI can tell them, oh, you want to set a riot off in Lisbon, France. This is what you need to do. So it's more signs that humanity's coming to. Let me put it this way: the end of the world as we know it.
Well, let's just put it this way. Let's put it this way. If you had $1 billion, okay, you're sitting there and you're paying all these experts and all this. If you got $1 billion and you could just do anything, you could just ask the AI a question. it would tell you exactly what to do, and you could throw that amount of money at some shit. There isn't anything you wouldn't be able to do at that point. $1 billion. I mean, I know people throw it around a lot, but that's a lot of fucking money, man.
$1 billion means everything's free for the rest of your life. If you don't buy an aircraft carrier or a small continent, pretty much everything's free. So like the interest on that is just call it $1 million is more. It's more like $10 million at 1%, right? So you can spend $10 million a year and never have to, and never go get less money. You'd always have $1 billion in the bank.
So that's 1 billion. So
there's 1 billion.
So what's his nuts down in Argentina made 50 billion on Elon Musk's IPO today.
Peter Thiel, he knows about the Antichrist, you know.
He knows that. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. So imagine
you're
that.
Right, Jimmy. They know about all the old world cities. They know about all the old technology. You know, all of the star forts. They know what the real history of where we're coming from, and so it's just like, you know, wow. With the revelations that I got, I realize, man, did I actually got to the top of the mountain. I can actually see it. There's this one guy, and I'll leave you with this. And I'm 50-50 on it, but it's very compelling. But we've all seen pictures of like Nicolas Cage, old doppelganger photographs back in the 1800s. We saw, you know, it was a Nicolas Cage. That's what the photograph was. In fact, multi people. You can actually see old photographs where, you know, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. They call them doppelgangers. And there's portraits.
Yeah. No, I'm one of them.
Right.
I actually, my friend in the Navy, he was from the South. He's a Mears brother. He's one of the racers. You know, he's Rick Mears. I can name him. And so, Gino Mears, they're all race drivers, right? And former moonshine people, and they got into race car driving. And he bought this because he's from the Deep South. He bought this book. It was like a coffee table book of photos, plate photos from the Civil War. And in one of those photos, he waited months to get this book. We were on deployment, you know, in submarines, right? So it took back old school mail. It took months to get stuff like that. And he finally got it one day. We're at the barracks, and he brings this book up to me like pale. I said, "Look at this, man. Look." Right. And I look in there, and it's this guy sitting on a bridge in the Civil War. Right. And it's me. It's totally me. Like, I'm not talking like looks like me. It's me. I mean, it is exactly the same facial structure, same exact kind of, you know, 19-year-old mustache at the time. Everything exactly the same, like exactly the same, right? Now, how is that possible, right? Because it wasn't just days before AI, right? I mean, is that guy in my gene pool or what? What's going on with that?
Were you wearing a Hawaiian shirt with pineapples on it?
Not at the time, no.
Well,
back then.
Guy,
yeah.
This guy who's got this YouTube channel is called The Fittest Flat Earther, and he goes through and he compares all of these old photographs or old actors or presidents with modern day people, and his theory is that when the dragon in Revelation 18, I think, it swept a third of the stars, and stars we know they were the fallen ones, they were swept to earth, and that actually what we're dealing with is a class of people who, whether they do it through, you know, drinking the red stuff in human beings, or whether they're vampires or whether they're shapeshifters, but he's saying that they are among and they rule us. So just imagine those people having billions of dollars, and now they got angelic intelligence, AI.
Well, check this out.
They must feel like they are gods.
Check this out.
They ought to check them out. It's actually Robin Williams. He goes back to Teddy Roosevelt, and he shows how they hook up.
There's those that are born and those that are made, dude. And those that are made are among us. Know that.
Yeah. Yeah, some say that it's actually their punishment. This is okay. You wanted to get it on with the loose Canaanite chicks. Alrighty. Well, you're going to get incarnated in flesh. See how you like that? So it could be something like that. But yeah, we definitely are at some kind of ultimate change, and it's like I'll leave you with this. It's like a bus that's left the road and it's going down an embankment, and it's hitting the ground, knocking over little saplings, but the degree that the bus is going down is only like 20 degrees, and of course we're all on the bus and we're screaming, and we can actually see that the bus is getting ready to go over a cliff, which is the closing of the straits, when the bus all of a sudden goes down headlong where we're going to go for a hard landing. And we're all screaming, ram the bus into a tree, anything. It's like that helicopter on 9/11 that was full of those reporters, and they got hit with, I think it was a UFO. They had footage of it. And as the helicopter's going down, you could hear the lady reporter saying, hit the water, hit the water, hit the water, trying to get the helicopter guide out. Don't hit the concrete, hit the Hudson River, the water right. Well, they hit the water, but they still all died. But anyway, so we're screaming, hit a tree before we go off this cliff. But it just seems like, no, they're gonna push this thing in the straight, and they're just gonna drop us right down. So, but great show, you guys. Thanks for taking my call.
We appreciate you, hijacker. There he goes. The hijacker in the middle of the night. Here we go. All right, what do we got? 30 minutes left. Rock and Rio. Jesus.
Yeah, 32 looks like.
Crazy, man.
I want to bring something up. I've talked about that.
If you're a dad watching this and you don't have life insurance, we need to have.
I don't have life insurance.
Conversation here, real quick.
I do have life insurance, actually. I actually do have life insurance. But I was thinking about
do you have a $1 million policy and an irrevocable trust?
I can't be a target. No, it's only like $150,000, but it's enough, to help. But yeah, so I do have life insurance. But so here's the thing. I was thinking about how I'd been discussing in previous shows how I discovered that Snow Crash, the 1992 novel Snow Crash, was the Bible for the tech bros, and it is. Like this whole oligarchy base where the nation states fail and the oligarchs take over basically, and they have their own zones, right? But I neglected to tell you in the audience, if they haven't read it yet, and it's 1992, so I'm sorry if I'm going to give you a big reveal here and spoil it for you, but it turns out that the name of the book is called Snow Crash because the hackers who kind of control the metaverse, which is where the term was coined originally, VR metaverse, right, was being hacked. The hackers were getting destroyed by seeing this screen that all this digital data. This predates the Matrix, where it just messes with their mind. They lose their mind, right? And hackers had kind of a special place because they're tweeners between the real world and the manufactured metaverse, right? But there's this religious zealot running things that's taken over the world, kind of unbeknownst to people, and it turns out that the thing they were using was Sumerian texts, Sumerian cylinder seals, Sumerian dialogue. It turned out all this stuff, all the hacks that they're using to mess with all these modern day hackers and everything came from ancient Sumer. That it was actually these ancient Sumerian texts that were ruining everything for the modern tech gurus, right? And that this religious zealot who was trying to control the world, literally was trying to control the world, was using these ancient texts from Sumer. And that's what it was. Right, and it was, so it had this real cool tie-in between the modern technocracy, but this ancient past, right? And that's what they were using was this. Not they, the religious leader at the time was using to try to hijack the world, essentially, and eliminate all the hackers and mold the metaverse to the real world together. So, Lunatic Fringe, my favorite song. That
717-417-8284 is the number to call. It's Ground Zero Plus. Yeah, this AI situation has brought a lot of these Sumerian text up for grabs as far as, trying to decode some of what's going on right now. And I looked at this one Anki, the last thing that Anki ever said. And it was these 3 things that were going to happen. And then there was another thing where it was the Sumerian 7 things that were going to happen before the thing's going to happen. And so because I watched both of them, I got them superimposed in my head, so I can't remember which one's which. So if I can't go into it. But it was something along the lines, and because I'm superimposing the 2 together, I'm pretty sure is these 3 things were going to happen. So he's saying he's going into this. He's saying that there's certain places on the earth where the field is weaker, and the maid can jump into and go there. And so he says he's jumping through this thing, and when he does, it's going to close off this thinnish veil that can be jumped through. It's going to close it off. He says it won't open again until these 3 things happen. There's an astronomical lineup, and there is a. This is where I think I'm getting the Sumerian thing confused, because there's this period of time where there's so many people talking that everything just becomes blurred and unnecessary, where people are just like, and it's clear that it's talking about the internet. And then the final 3rd thing, when this gate is going to open, is this sound that will permeate the earth. And so these people were putting forward that they were saying that they thought that it was going to be the culmination of all the frequencies together that we're using in our technology that would create a sound that would be this frequency that would open up this fucking portal thing. So, I don't know. I mean, Epic Tournament, are you a big Anki man?
Well, my name's Inky Man. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Inky Man. No, but part of my research for the book back in the day was all this Sumerian stuff, and it tied into the Book of Enoch and all that. So I think that what we're talking about here, scripturally and historically, is the voice of God, right? The voice of God that created, was upon the voice of the deep in the Bible and created the physical universe before he said, "Let there be light." And at the end, in the Revelation, when it talks about the final trumpet or the sound, the shout, right? That's that resonant frequency that culminates and opens everything back up. So, in other words, we've been separated through Babel, the Tower of Babel, and languages are scattered, right? And then we've gone this whole way since then, and we've rebuilt the Tower of Babel in the form of the TV antenna and the internet, rather. And now we can all speak to each other again the way we did in the past without the angelic language. And then because we can, and that knowledge is increased, which is the scripture, the knowledge has been increased and people should go to and fro, then that there'll be this shout that opens up the final opening, right? And that's it. So that's the end of time at that point. It's gone full circle. It's gone full circle from when there was no light and light slowed down that made the physical universe that is our creation we appreciate today. And it was just the sounds and utterings and voices of the angels and God, to this physical universe comprised of light. And then because of the light, we're scattered, right? And able to appreciate things at a higher frequency, right? And all of a sudden the base frequency returns and brings us back to the base. And that's Judgment Day, right? I mean, if you look at it that way, that's what it is. So, I mean, it's kind of heavy, but that is what it is. And the way I see it, I mean, that's what it says, right? So that's probably what it is. So I think that's we're never going to get away from the base frequency. If everything's a harmonic of the base frequency, when the base frequency changes, everything else does too. That's the way physics work.
Well, one of the things that happened during the Michelle Pfeiffer incident is even people that didn't partake in the Michelle Pfeiffer, a lot of them got swabs. And everyone who got that swab went in a bag with your name on it. And that was a DNA sample that you submitted. So, I mean, everybody's address is known at this point, for the most part. And so, if the DNA and the structure on the human body is an antenna, and the DNA is an antenna, then, I mean, everybody can be broadcast to. So that idea that we talked about not so long ago, which was the harmonization of civilization, and getting everybody to go into this state of lackadaisical stupor. Everybody just it feels good. Remember when we talked about the subscription service? It's like, hey man, you want to feel good all day? Here, let me hit you with this frequency. I'll dial.
Yeah, well, they're doing that with intelligence now, right? Like we talked about that. It was last week, or I was talking to some. I thought it was the week before last. But yeah, how that Sam Altman is saying he wants to make intelligence a subscription service. Like he went up your IQ, you want more access to more knowledge, you subscribe to it.
Exactly, man. Wow. There you go. 717-417-8284 is the number to call. Rock and Rio, you still there? We taking calls over there? Rock and Rio? I just want to make sure Rock and Rio's still there. He might not be. I don't hear anything. Forgot about that song.
Dude, I was listening to that thinking, when did I write that? Yeah. No.
That's funny. That's funny. All right. No, hey, Rock and Reel, are you really there, though? I don't think he is, man. I think the phones are down. Oh, no.
No.
Phones are down, and I just needed to go check the perimeter, too. Epic Journeyman, jump in here real quick while I go check the perimeter.
Yeah, I can do. No problem.
All right.
Yeah, we won't talk about too much current events. We'll talk about the theme, of this idea of the overlay of on reality. Like what's going on with that? Like this whole thing about the Sumerian being a physical manifestation of an electrical impulse that is a program, right? Is ancient, literally ancient, right? And the reason that Snow Crash was a successful novel and has had this kind of following with the tech bros the way it does is because of that. And it's so close to what's actually happening. Like what's happening now is we have all these super wealthy oligarchs and technologically sophisticated people, well, in charge of technologically sophisticated things. They may not be technologically sophisticated themselves. I honestly don't think that Peter Thiel and all the PayPal guys and Elon Musk, all the PayPal mafia people are that super technologically endowed. they just seize on an opportunity brought to them by their playing D&D and Lord of the Rings novel research and things like that, trying to, you think about it, all these things are based on that. Like Peter Thiel, his whole thing with Palantir, that's based on the stones at sea in Lord of the Rings, right? And these everything's like a D&D game for these people. It is. Like it's like these juvenile people on the spectrum, right? Very intelligent, but on the spectrum, right? That wanted to manifest the reality that they chose to, and they've been highly successful at it. So you got to give them credit for doing that. And their focus may come from that very ability that they have innate of being kind of what we call on the spectrum, the fact that they don't see the world the way we do. So these people found each other and they made these organizations based originally on PayPal and have manifested it into SpaceX and Palantir and all these other corporations, right? And they brought in Brian Johnson, who is we never talked to him on the show. He's kind of a friend of the show because, unbeknownst to him, I guess, because we would like him to be a friend of the show, because we talked to Zoltan Isfahan, who is a friend of the show, and they're friends. So I always kind of follow him with a different viewpoint than do the other people because they brought him into PayPal after. And he's the guy. If you haven't, there's a Netflix show called Chasing Eternity. No, that might be the one with the girl, but it's similar. It's him. He's just trying to go.
Oh no!
Become immortal. Right?
If Rio doesn't answer, that's going to keep ringing and ringing.
Oh no! Well, maybe it'll wake him up. He might be going to get the pain medication for his neck. I feel bad. I know how it is.
This is bad, man. That's bad. Well, see, he's connected to Rev Radio, so we can't drop him from the call. So don't call in.
Yeah,
don't
call
do
in.
it.
Don't call in.
These noises, the noises are the beeping.
Yeah, it's just the alert is so loud. We can't change it either. That's how it is, right? We can maybe tweak it down, but then we tweak something else down in the process. So.
Oh, I know what I could do. I can mute him.
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
Hold on.
That'll work.
Let me see if I can.
Then he can message back. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I muted him. Oh, wait a minute. I can't mute him because that'll mute me.
Because he's the host of the call. Right. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
People could listen to the inner workings of Teams radio transmission, but it's all good. It's all good, man.
I can't unmute him now. Fuck. I blew it. Now he's over there. Rev Radio is dead.
Jim.
Exactly.
He's dead, Jim.
All right. Sorry about that, Rev Radio. See,
you know what's cool?
See, that's. Oh, you fixed it?
What's
okay,
up?
all right. See, that's what you get, man. The two rules is mind your own business and keep your mouth shut.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Mind your own business, keep your mouth shut. Those two things. Mind your own business, keep your mouth shut, right? If it doesn't have to do with you, it's none of your business, right? Wouldn't that make life so much easier? Life
it's a book. It's a whole book. Greg Bear, I want to say, called "And Then There Were None." And then there were none. It's about this whole thing about the society where Earth goes to a colony, and every time the people from the colony and their extravagant semi-Nazi looking, black shirted with red, armbands, people come in and say all these things to them. They say "Myob." And I think it's some kind of insult. And I brought this up before, but this is the whole point of the book. They say "Myob," right? And the people that they're from Earth, there's emissaries coming to this colony. Like, what's wrong with these people? Here we are coming to see what's going on with them and bring them back into our society, and they're just blowing us off like that. And it turns out "Myob" means mind your own business.
Yeah.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business
Yeah.
and keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
But the thing is Trump met with the tall whites. Did you see the picture of Trump standing there?
No, I did. Yeah, there's a bunch of them circulating right now. There's like one with 3 of them, one with 1 guy. You got people explaining as being British. They don't look British to me. They're like 9 feet tall, man.
You know what? There used to be this dude on YouTube, and Kev Baker used to put him on the show. He was this dude with fucking this tall white. You remember that guy? It was a long
No,
time.
I heard one of the
it was a
shows. I
long
never
time ago.
saw him though.
Some funny shit, man.
Yeah, so the Twitter sphere is going amok, saying they're the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians, you know.
What? And they're here to take us off the planet before the sun blows. Let me ask you a question. If the sun blows, would we even know it, or would we just wait? Or would we just wake up the next day in the next, and over in this other, reality, next to our dimension?
No, you wouldn't know. Okay, so it's okay, so if it blew up, it's 93 million miles away on average, right? So I forget what that is compared to Mars. It's 7 minutes to Mars. So let's just call it 7. Let's call it 5 minutes. So you have 5 minutes from the time it blows up to the time you actually see that it blew up. That's not enough time to do anything, right? You're just see this big bright flash of light and whatever else you see with it, and maybe some colors, and then
No,
you're
I'm
dead.
just saying
That's
you
all
ain't
there's
gonna
to it.
see jack shit because you're just gonna wake up somewhere else from a dream, or you were sleeping that night.
Well, right. No, going with the quantum mortality thing. Yeah, exactly.
Well, because look, if somebody shoots you, okay, you don't hear the gunshot.
No, you don't.
No.
You get hit before you.
If you hear
feel it.
gunshots,
You hear it, rather.
if you can hear the gunshot, you haven't been hit. Start fucking running. If you can hear it, you can get away. Anyways, we only got a few minutes left. Rock and Rio, are you there?
I am here.
We thought we lost you there, and the phone was ringing and ringing. It was blasting my ear hole. Huh?
I said I did have to step away for a moment.
Oh, I didn't realize you stepped away. I thought you fell off. I thought you fell asleep. I thought you was taking a nap.
The medication got you, right?
He don't have
Yeah.
any, man.
I wish.
I tried to ask him earlier if he was, if he had some, something he can take, but no. Rock and Rio rocked on anyway, even though he was in mortal agony the whole time.
I try to do that, man. What I've found. I mean, we talked about in the show before, and I'm not advocating any kind for medical purposes. But if you don't want to go get some opiate of some kind, that kind of pain, kratom works. That works. It does. Get the right kind though. Don't get some kind of tincture or something. Get sprig or powdered leaf, and yeah, it works. It's like an old tribal melody, or not melody, remedy rather. Yeah, it works. So it'll get you through the day if it comes to that, right? Like if you're about to go, if the option is crying on the ground, or that's what you do, or then you just go to the hospital and go get the opiates, right? But most people probably wouldn't do that today. I think that's like cigarette smoking. I think in the future, I like to think that anyway. Like it's kind of like people still smoke. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to be like that. Like the stigma of doing opiate-based painkillers will probably be something like akin to being a nicotine addict in the future, right? I think it's going to be kind of like that. I don't know. We'll see, but probably. It's just one of those things. Like when we grew up, our generation, me, you, Jimmy, most people in the audience, smoking was a common thing. People smoked on the airplane, right? I mean, there's smoking in bars, restaurants, everywhere. And now there isn't. So it might be like that.
What time is it?
It is 8:52.
It's 8:52 on the West Coast.
I do have a story that not a long detailed story, just an interesting story about a dream that tied into the show. So we play Madison Avenue Man a lot from the Greg Kinn Band, and this morning I had a long night. I woke up middle of the night, and it took me a long time to get back to sleep. But I really needed to get some sleep, but only had like a half hour, and I caught a nap. But I had this vivid dream because about a lawnmower, a robot lawnmower, right, being pitched to these people as it can mow the lawn for you. In the background, the music from Madison Avenue Matt was playing, and I woke up laughing because I was trying to catch sleep, right? But the dream was so vivid and so perfect, and with the music in it, that it woke me up. And I don't mind waking up laughing. Waking up laughing is the best thing I think that can happen to you. So it was okay, but it was just funny that it was a direct tie into the show in that sense.
Waking up laughing is great, but running away laughing is even better.
Maybe.
Send to the micrograms, Ground Zero Plus. It's the Independent Broadcast Network. It's Revolution Radio. I'm going to be back tomorrow night for the Chilluminati. Ground Zero Plus. Hope to see you there. Looks like we're on the top row with George Norrie and John B. Wells. All right. Well, I think Rio's leaking out the back door. Rio, don't make any sudden moves, dude. All right, we're gonna go. Radio. See you later.
Mama can't solve your problem. When's Daddy ever get home? So you did your little move.